So we should be live. Alright, looking good. Hello everybody. My name is Nick and welcome to this week's episode of EC Plays. Joining me as always is the Mistress of Ships, Nyx herself.
Hello.
And then we have Lug. How you doing, buddy?
Feeling nice and doomed.
Ooh. And then we have Jared.
Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty.
Oh,
Kara Metz.
So how's
Sorcerer
everyone
has
doing
told
tonight?
the Witcher about a masked
pretty well.
mage. Syria seemed to have taken shelter in his
We
hideout.
went through the dungeon,
Witcher
we
set
faced
off
some
to
wild
find
hunt,
with
and,
Kara in tow.
now we
Syria
are
never
about
reached
to,
the elven
do some more
mage,
witchering.
yet the wild hunt had.
Is the stream showing
The
up?
ghostly retinue was one step
Yes,
ahead
it is,
of
and the
fellow
sound is
forces.
coming through very well.
Witcher
Alright,
felt that
we
all
are
was
perfect.
lost.
We are good,
Till
guys.
Kara gave him
We're
a
golden.
new lead. The Crones of
Toss a coin to your
Crookback
witcher,
Bog.
a Valley of Plenty.
Oh ho ho.
Alright. We are still Henry Cavil. We are good.
Well, yeah, we are very good in that case.
Oh yes. Let's check the marker. Let's see if there's any contracts. Ah. Oh, we got some contracts.
Be sure to read all those contracts, Nick. You don't want to owe someone a kidney.
What you? Don't bother with the fine print. Only if it's small, it's not important.
Exactly.
Clearly.
Yeah. Fine print is fine for a reason. Alrighty. And if you're in the chat, please make sure to sound off like you got a bear. Wonderbat's in the chat now that the armistice is officially over. Oh wow. Okay, that's a bit of a thing. So let me get my horse.
Your what?
My horse. Where is my? Where is he? Where is he, buddy? There we go. There's a roach. Dude wouldn't spawn.
You know what's hilarious? I glitched mine because I was playing this game actually last time where I ended up for like half the game having that thing's head on my horse.
Oh jeez, why? Why, man?
Because it's fun.
No, it's not fun. So,
Must be Honorton, village from the notice. Except, it's awful quiet.
oh, yeah. I don't want to die. They're telling me to leave.
Is this like a leave or die kind of thing?
Yeah, because they're red, they're significantly higher level.
Ooh.
What I used to do in Assassin's Creed Odyssey is I would always try it, even if they were like 2 or 3 levels above me, because here's what they don't tell you about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yes, the enemy levels tend to jump 2 or 3 levels from mission to mission, but the funny part about it is that it's only when it gets to 4 and 5 levels above that you really have issues. 3 you can get by.
Huh.
Plus, if you
Not so
Spartan
fast,
kick
Coach.
everyone, that works.
Alright.
Hey, what's up, Hardcore Bunny?
Hey, Hardcore Bunny says, and then Jared, can you read what Hardcore Bunny says?
What is this, an Assassin's Creed game? Yeah, I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Otherwise known as my favorite Assassin's Creed game.
You just like it because you can Spartan kick people.
As Wonder Woman.
As Wonder Woman, yes, that is important.
Yeah. Plus, I love anything that delves into ancient Greek culture because it's something that has always fascinated me.
And then Hardcore Bunny says they are surviving. That
Good.
is always good to hear. Any day above ground is a good day.
Yeah.
An old feeble woman.
Should I? Should I help the
T'other
old
night
people woman?
blasphemers pox
No.
take and profane the shrine to Verna the Merciful. Shrine's gotta be repaired.
Yeah,
else Verna
yeah, I
will
guess
take
your
a
hardcore
bridge.
bunny level gated content is
Owls
pretty
will
lazy.
croak, kitties will be covered in warts, and our dogs will get the mange.
It really that's the part that I really hate about RPGs is when they have such a gap in terms of levels.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was gonna play CSI Witcher.
Dun dun.
Oh my god, that is an ugly statue.
Done.
The good gods have sent thee to me. Someone to
That's all you had to do. She couldn't fix the statue.
I mean, she is an old
I'm
feeble
a witcher,
woman.
restoring traditional.
It doesn't look
roadside
that
structures of
heavy.
wood. Just not
I
my
mean,
specialty.
wood's pretty heavy. I
Fighting
mean,
evil. That's a
And it
witch's
is Henry
calling.
Cavill, so
And vandals are worse than
Eh.
beasts.
I say it is. I say it's very much an RPG.
Fine.
But we can
I see any
agree to
damaged
disagree on that
shrines. I'll take care of them.
has some elements of it.
Nothing's
It's-
out of the way in these parts.
That's like saying,
Gods will guide
well,
you.
here's the thing. I would say it's an action game that has RPG elements, just like Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. See, my problem is,
Come on.
so many games have RPG elements that like the word kind of gets diluted to where people have called Call of Duty an RPG, and that honestly, that
Let's
just
go.
so just saying that word, it just makes me want to puke.
Oh man, you know what's utterly comical? I remember back in the day looking up the Ratchet and Clank games on various websites, particularly ones that could only list video games under a single genre, and I'd see it listed as a platformer, sure, but nobody seemed to want to call it a shooter. So I remember one site in particular ended up calling it an RPG before it dared call it a shooter.
Well,
All right. Hey, RJ, can someone read his comment?
Giddy up.
hey, what's up, RJ? Hail from work, no alarms and no surprises, please. That's a Radiohead reference because I work on an ambulance.
So
And
you're
then
saying you're
Hardcore says,
pretty-
Hardcore says, I didn't say which it was an RPG, just that it wasn't much of an RPG.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it.
Watch it, sluggard.
Get out of my way. Also, can we take a moment to just say like how beautiful the game still is?
Yeah, it still is. It really holds up.
I guess you could say it's breathtaking.
You could say it really took the breath out of the wild.
Leave now and never come back, sir. Oh, come on. It's not letting me aim.
Hardcore says, here is a straight up fact. RPG games only require character sheet to be an RPG. The less detailed the character sheet, the less of an RPG it is.
Oh, okay. I can buy that. What's the hardcore bunny saying?
Hardcore says, Gerald wouldn't bother killing monsters if he wasn't paid for it. Good point.
Yeah, but I want him 10 level up. Like I'm trying to aim my things, but it's not letting me. It's weird. I'm trying to like swing my shot, but it's weird. I don't know what's going on with the game. There we go.
Hooray!
RJ says spiders. Why did it have to be spiders?
Remember, when in doubt, follow the spiders. Also, hey Dave.
Dave says if only Cavil could have survived the Crones at Netflix. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why.
Shit.
That's why I put this in here, because we'll always have this.
Yep.
It's really sad, you know. Especially like hearing that he's probably gonna get booted from Warhammer, and then that project going to more than likely fall by the wayside.
That is why
Why is this guy cursed?
That's why whenever I hear that's why whenever I hear that they're adapting something, immediately I'm like, nope, don't want it, because I know, as excited as I get that, like, oh my gosh, we're finally getting like a Warhammer series, I know inevitably these Hollywood hacks are gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, can you read the comments?
Or at least Arachnid's I cast flamethrower. Hardcore says Warhammer is killing itself because it is being taken down from the inside, so it would be sold to Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the thing is, like Warhammer resisted for a while, but you know, eventually it is falling. Sad.
And what Warhammer doesn't realize is that with people having 3D printers, you don't need to buy their very expensive models anymore.
That is true.
Oh, there it is.
Destroyed this one too.
But what I find it very interesting, speaking of like the Warhammer. So you know how they force through like the female custody change?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Henry's favorite faction is?
Custodes?
Yep. Now I'm not saying it was deliberate, but
Yeah.
apparently from what I hear, Amazon was the one that forced the change because they wanted a female custodian in the show. And then, could you catch up with the comments, please?
Yeah, Warhammer couldn't resist because they needed the DEI money because they were losing money for decades because of product rot. And then RJ says Warhammer is too patriarchy for Hollywood. I don't think it will be like Fallout.
Yeah. See, here's what I'm scared with Fallout. I liked season 1, okay? But it's a Jonathan Nolan show, and you know how it is. Season 1 is always great, you know, Westworld. But after that, you know, it kind of goes downhill from there. So we're gonna wait to see the shoe to drop. Hopefully it continues, but I don't want a Westworld season 2.
Nobody wants a Westworld season 2.
Westworld season 1 was amazing. Like, I still maintain Westworld season 1 is probably some of the greatest television ever put to film. Like, that is probably one of the greatest pieces of television ever. What are these, like, swirly things? I don't know. Alright, what's the comment saying?
Giddy up.
The way they went about that change was very 1984.
And then,
Hardcore says Fallout TV show sucked ass. I don't see how anyone can like it. It's filled with cringe metaphoric writing. Everything in the show was basically villainizing Western values.
yeah, they were a little bit too sympathetic to communist stuff. Like, that is very indie Fallout.
Once again, that's what you get to with Hollywood.
You gotta remember,
Also,
Fallout is a series that had a robot called Liberty Prime.
Ugly
And
bastard.
one of its death phrases is, "Death is a preferable alternative to communism."
Also, Hardcore says, also Fallout Show ruined New Vegas by retconning the S word out of several interesting factions. Dave says, Warhammer models are very high quality and worth the price, but it's still a niche hobby, and you don't want to anger that niche. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, Warhammer fans are very dedicated. That is.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Very.
The thing that kind of pissed me off is like the marketing. Like, you know that one clip where like Felicia Day's interviewing them and like Henry starts talking about his stuff. Like you see the women's eyes were like, oh no, he's talking about his plastic toys again.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. It's like, oh, he's lucky he's hot. It's like, oh.
Exactly.
Oh, hey, Black Reaper, how you doing, buddy?
What's up? Hardcore says, shame there aren't that many miniature games anymore. There are a few, but none in the days when every fantasy franchise had a miniature tabletop RPG.
I'm just gonna say this: we were spoiled in the early 2000s of all like so much good tabletop content. Like, dear God, there was like a pet, like an RPG for everything. Like, oh my God, I remember those times. Back in my day.
Well, you know how Nick is. He's like a lot of senior citizens. They like to reminisce.
Those were the days. Gotta be very careful because these guys are actually higher level than me.
So Nick, so remember last night when we were talking about the AI art on a Superman cover?
Yes.
You know who drew that cover, right?
Who?
Remember a few months ago there was that controversy of that one artist who like drew the Joker on the cross, and it was very AI because like the nipples were moving?
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Oh my God.
How did
And
he
it turns
keep
out
getting
it goes
away with
back.
this?
It goes back, and Talati and I tracked down the show today. It goes back. It turns out he also allegedly was called out for tracing to the point where Marvel will not work with him.
Oh God.
Holy.
That's
When
how bad
Marvel won't work with you, then you got issues.
I mean, they worked with, what, Greg Land, and he's famous for tracing.
Yeah,
he still
and
gets
tracing
work.
from very disreputable sources.
Yes.
Yeah, Dave, Joker's traveling nips. And then Hardcore says, Jesus, cast a spell or something, don't just roll around like a girl at gymnastics class. Yeah, Nick!
I am casting spells. I'm casting Quen.
Oh, you're just like how the Green Goblin cast Gwen Stacy off a bridge?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, you walked right into that one, Nick.
Well, at least you
That
got
was
referenced
brutal.
my past sins.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have to reference your past sins because you did it for me. Fun fact, today is the 1-year anniversary of The Flash being released in theaters.
Oh my.
oh.
Yep. So I was like, frick that, I'm out.
Coward.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Wait, that's a water hag. Things are getting a bit muddy, guys. What's the comment saying?
Marvel so ruined Spider-Man's continuity with the Green Goblin and Gwen Stacy. Yes. Yes.
They really did.
Yeah, among other things, really.
And I don't necessarily blame JMS because it wasn't. I mean, because when you look at like what Marvel, a Marvel editorial, a lot of that stuff is just editorial saying, "Do this, do this."
What the?
What?
Just the way I mounted was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm trying to at least kind of get far enough away so that I can meditate or something. I don't know. What's
So you're
thing?
gonna pull a Jedi move, which is essentially meditate all your problems away. Dave says, I've seen something awful artwork in modern DC and Marvel comics. You could literally find at least one better artist in every middle school art class at some of these hacks than some of these hacks they hire.
I don't want anyone trying to tell me that Screecher art is bad when if you look at the like Marvel art, it's I'm sorry, no one ever says like what's our
Remember that panel from Captain Marvel where they gave her a pig nose?
Oh my god.
You the ones destroying shrines all over Velen?
What's that got to do with you?
What's it got to do with you?
We are the heralds of lightning. Heavy drops from leaden clouds. Unleashed, the lightning's name shall be Overman.
The locals claim the gods are unhappy. No fear of their wrath?
The wrath of the gods. The gods are dead.
Oh my god.
We but dispose of their rotting
we're dealing with atheists!
Embers of superstition that
they're edgy ones too.
Need a favor.
They're Reddit
Hardcore says Marvel really needed to take a step back. Spider-Man went downhill after the first Clone Saga. Honestly, the whole series just jumped the shark when the Green Goblin died.
Thus speaks Master Friedrich of Oxenfurt.
Oh my god, they're Reddit atheists.
Fear religion and the priests, not the gods. And this fear enslaves us in fetters of ignorance. We must forge a new morality, or rid ourselves of morality altogether.
Okay, these guys are worse than Reddit atheists.
Amusing as this little show is, I'm getting bored. Leave, and don't come back.
Oh, what?
Or I'll tell on you to the headmistress.
Repression! Attack the system's lackey!
Oh my god, these are Redditors!
God.
Yo, guys, at this point, you should probably just run.
Yeah, you realize you're facing a Witcher, right?
Like the eyes wouldn't give it away.
Like, you guys are literally on fire now. Like, maybe,
He set you guys on fire and swords bounce off him. What are you gonna do?
They're very determined.
Yeah, they're Redditors. What do you expect? Oh god, they say student on them. They're
oh god, Nick is
Reddit
attacking
atheists.
students! Nick is attacking students!
God.
To be fair, they attacked me first. I'm fighting Antifa!
Oh god.
I thought they
Oh
were
my god,
predators.
yes, thank you. Alright, well that's one Antifa cell down. Oh god, that was so cringe. Like, did you see like the dialogue they were saying? It was so bad. Medieval Antifa, that's pretty much what it is.
Did you guys see that Dwayne The Rock Johnson has signed a first look deal with Disney? So you can say the hierarchy of Disney is about to change.
No. Nick, please volunteered. Thank you. Alright, let's see what quest we. I'm trying to do some gotta read Ladies of the Wood. They're sending me homework. This quest is making me do homework.
Ew.
I know, it's dirty. Alright, what's the quest saying?
Let's see. Hardcore also says, guard comes running up. Halt, you criminal scum! No one breaks the law on my watch! And then Dave says, that was definitely meant as a satire of Reddit atheists.
Yes, most definitely. Alright, let's go back. Yeah, I'm trying to do some more side quests to level up a little bit before we do some main questing. Plus, honestly, the side quests are like the best part of this game. Yeah, the Bloody Baron quest line is actually really good. It's like some say it's actually some of the best writing in the game.
Yeah.
Alright, what's Dave saying?
Dave is saying, no, I already read that comment.
Okay.
Go, go.
But yeah, this, I don't know. So I'm kind of excited about the new Witcher games. What do you guys think?
There's a new game coming out?
Oh god, there's a griffin right there. Yeah.
I dare you to fight the griffin.
No, I don't want to die. What the frick was that?
That was Nick's.
Nick's why? Why did you do that?
I don't know, I felt like it.
This isn't Twitch. Alright, what's Black Reaper saying?
Black Reaper is saying, I'm being harassed by Black Reaper says, I'm being harassed by an Indo-Rex.
What Jurassic Park game is he playing?
I don't know, because the Indo-Raptor was from Lost Kingdom, I think. Hardcore says the new Witcher game is just gonna be a Witcher 1 remake.
Yeah, I heard they're doing like multiple Witcher projects. The Witcher 1 remake being one of them.
Can they make the dialogue better?
They will.
Yeah?
Craft special
Yeah,
weapons
like
too.
remember I linked you
Do
to
politician.
Yeah.
that? Sometimes sex is good.
I'll take a look. Maybe pick something.
Black Reaper says Ark Ascended. Oh, he's playing Ark Ascended. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a mod. What I want to play is that Planet of the Apes game. I've heard it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, there was a Pokemon mod for Ark Survival or something. Alright, we are missing Silver Ignite.
Hardcore says if you have a problem with the dialogue in which one is the closest to the book than the other ones.
And now Nick no longer wants to read the books. But yeah, actually the books are pretty good. I've read them.
Of course you have.
I need to buy more food stuff. So I can buy them all.
Oh, let's give us a tail.
I first heard that term in Recetier. I still remember that.
What?
Foodstuffs.
I want food. Food. Food and stuff. Shopkeeper over here. Alright.
Buy in or just
Show me what you've got on
So
offer.
I've never actually played Gwent before.
Okay. Hardcore says you mustn't have read much fantasy because the Witcher books are notorious for losing a lot of fans once they start reading more into the genre.
So long.
To be fair, I'm mostly a Wheel of Time fan, so
He loves the show.
get the fuck off this stream. I am not joking. Get the okay, I actually so as far as the Witcher stuff, I've read The Last Wish all the way through.
Hardcore says even in native Poland, the Witcher books are considered an intro to the genre, with readers falling out of the genre. Oh, he's fighting Gollum!
They certainly sound like it.
My precious!
What's Black Reaper saying?
New problem. The stupid Indo-Rex ran from Torpo in the direction of my base. Oh, that's a big problem.
Uh-oh. Must go faster. Must go faster.
R.I.P. man.
Yeah, he's screwed. That's just the start of your game, honestly. R.I.P. your save file. What's Hardcore saying?
Hardcore says, ironically, I think even if they adapted the Wheel of Time faithfully, it would still suck because it's a lot of weird fetish stuff the readers ignored, like the spanking.
I think people tend to overemphasize stuff like that. Like, I've read the entire series. You know, I've done what lots of people don't do.
Nerd!
See, the problem with the Wheel of Time is you have a series where even the most hardcore fans will admit, yeah, 5 of the 14 books we call the slog. So when even your greatest fans admit, yeah, there's a large portion of the series that it's just, we call it the slog, that's your problem.
Dave also says, if it wasn't for the games, no one in this country would know about the Witcher.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, there was Witcher media before this, but it was mostly, like, Polish and whatnot. Because the books didn't even come over until the first Witcher game came out. And also, to be fair, the games really didn't start picking up steam till the second one. Because the first game was only on PC, janky as frick. You know. What's the Cavil thing? Can you read the comments, please?
Okay, the slog in the series was created because the author was writing for money because he got paid per book. He originally was supposed to end it in book 5, but he kept stretching it out. Hardcore also says, actually in Canada, we got the Witcher books before the game, but here it was called the Hexer.
Yeah, that was the original name. Like, if you look at the translation for the 2003 show, it's called the Hexer. And I think that's more of a direct translation of the Polish word is like Widerm or whatever. And I think it kind of more directly translates to Hexer. Witcher is more of a Western kind of, it's more of a like localization kind of thing. Alright. By the way, Nick, yes, I am killing doggos right now.
I mean, they started it.
Oh, savage Nick. But yeah, I've actually watched some translation portions of
Witcher?
the
What are you doing
Polish
here?
show. It's actually not
Shouldn't
bad.
be in the forest alone.
I came to tell you. You needn't look for Hannah. She'd have returned long past were she alive. I'll
Also,
pay you
this
twice
quest is
Nealon's
really
pledge.
crazy.
Just tell the man his Hannah's dead.
Don't want to know what happened to her?
I've no illusions, Witcher. In Velen, you're gone as long as she's been. You don't come back. Hannah's dead for certain.
What's Harker Bunny
Nealon
saying?
ought to accept his loss.
Hardcore is
Move on,
saying that actually the Witcher was a term for witch hunters in Poland, and it's used just trademarked so no one else can
Strange.
use it.
People usually prefer to know the fate of their loved ones, whatever the cost.
What good will it do?
That sounds like something that Andrew would
I'm
do.
not getting my sister back. And Nealon's all I got left. I can't lose him too.
Hey, Johnny Ortiz, how you
well,
doing, buddy? How you doing? We're
He'll
just,
not rest till he avenges his
we're just
Hannah.
doing some
even if it
hexing.
eats up his
hexering.
life. The man deserves better.
Sorry, not in the habit of leaving jobs undone.
Folks
Yeah, once
speak
you
true about
realize like the
witchers.
twist of this quest is crazy.
Heartless beasts.
Let me just gather. Let me just gather all the loot. Yeah, has anyone else here played the original Witcher game?
Original one, no.
I probably should.
Yeah,
The whole trilogy's on Steam, right?
yeah, it is. Yeah, I played it. I own it. It's wild.
Otherwise, maybe I can dig out the old Windows XP I've kept lying around.
Yeah. Alright, what's Dave saying?
Dave says, so the series is named after a con man who murdered women for money. And then Black Reaper says, kill the Indo-Rex, now back to killing penguins. I need polymer.
The Doc?
And Johnny Ortiz says, bought a new phone and had a heck of a weekend and a weekday remembering passwords. Got a headache. Yeah, that'll definitely do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
No man did this.
Alright, no man did this. Remember the wording.
Cuts, made with long claws. Flesh torn
Nick,
clean off.
why did you gut that thing?
What?
This is getting interesting.
What?
Why did you do that to
I-
that poor dog?
I would never.
But it's
Claw
right there.
marks,
The evidence is
deep.
right there.
Werewolf. No doubt about it. Gotta be careful.
Werewolves.
Nick,
Oh,
when did you become a werewolf, Nick?
Blood and paw marks. Wonder where they lead.
Nick, I'm
Shit.
disappointed in you.
Climbed the tree. I can't get up there.
I'm not gonna
Maybe find
lie.
something else
I
on the ground.
really want like a supernatural detective
Shit.
series.
Climbed the tree. I can't get up there. Maybe find
That'd be
something
fun.
else on the ground.
Yeah. Like
to
you could do
fur.
detective work, kind of like Geralt or
Whatever
Batman.
lost it hasn't bathed in a while.
It'd be awesome. And let's be honest, that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Geralt is essentially just a detective.
that's why I call these sections CSI Geralt. Like, literally, he's doing crime scene investigation. He's doing autopsies and shit. It's yeah, I love it.
He's a whole team in one.
Exactly. So, Johnny, what phone did you end up getting? I'm kind of curious.
Man's clothes. Shredded, but no sign of blood.
Why did
Who
you take
rips
his
their own
clothes,
clothes
Nick?
off, leaves them in the woods?
Why did you take the clothes, Nick? That's mean. That's rude.
Can I just say, I love how like thorough Geralt is with his examination. The man's not half-assed it. He works for that money.
Yeah. There's that, and then...
Looks like a hunter's quarters.
Quarters. Oh, this looks actually kind of cozy, to be honest. Oh dear. Yes, I literally just did that. See, this is how little shame I have.
Have you no shame? Have you no shame?
I have none whatsoever, sir. Absolutely zero shame. I'm literally... Oh, key required.
Notes. Wonder whose.
Wait. We just, go back. Alright, let's read it. I am who I am. I can't change that. Shirts woven of parsley and potions made of virgin tears might work in the old wives' tales, but not for me. It is time to come to terms with it. With Hannah's love and iron discipline, I have found a way to manage. But I must remember to hide in the woods before the full moon rises. To go somewhere far from others, far from Hannah. The attack comes and then passes. I wake up with wounds on my hands and a taste of blood in my mouth. Perhaps it's for the best that I don't remember. Killing prey with a bow and arrow is one thing. To tear apart fang and claw, at least here deep in the woods, I won't hurt any people. Merciful Minotaur, watch over me. Any who stray too close.
Wolf.
Werewolf.
Very clearly a lichen.
Lichen!
And by the way, Twilight, when a werewolf does not turn into an actual wolf.
By the way,
No, God, that's just
this
stupid.
this I think we can say this is
Blood's
still
just
better
barely
love story than
dried.
Twilight.
Yeah,
It was dried
exactly.
deer.
Let me put it this
I know where
way.
from.
Geralt and Yennefer is a better love story than Twilight.
Absolutely. Anything is a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah.
Except for 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And on that note, I gotta run. I got another live show to do. It was a pleasure, and I will see you guys later.
Bye-bye!
See ya.
Wait, don't celebrate his leaving.
Yes, we are going to celebrate. It's going to be glorious. Gerald, he is gone now. Twilight is tween porn. If Twilight is tween porn, then 50 Shades is mommy porn.
It is, though.
Yeah, it literally
It
is.
is absolutely mommy porn.
Yeah, it's a kind of smut that it's okay to read at the poolside in Morocco. It's
It's the
literally
kind of smut you can read while at the grocery store and nobody will bat an eye.
Nick, can you read Dave's comment? He's very brave now that Jared is gone.
Lois Lane belongs with Superman.
Alright, for that, I think we need to... can you play the Song of Our People, please? God, okay, where is...
Wonder Bat. Oh my gosh. What an amazing ship.
I gotta wait for nightfall. Probably should meditate anyway. Also, Wonder Bat's in the chat, everybody, please.
Alright, gonna have to add that custom emote.
Oh, Nix, what are you doing here? What are you doing here in the game?
I am not a werewolf.
Can I have these? Oh crap! It's gonna be a boss battle.
I will say though, Twilight is a pretty interesting series because it got people debating between necrophilia and bestiality.
I mean, that's not even the worst part of the series. Like, you know, the fourth book when Jacob imprints on a baby.
Yep. Well, in the books too, they even foreshadow it with one of the other characters imprinting on who at the time is like a 5-year-old girl.
The frick?
And yeah, and you're like, oh, it's not about being their lover, it's about being whatever they need at the time. And I'm like, you're literally grooming children.
Yeah.
This isn't the great forbidden love story you think it is, Stephanie. This is literally pedophilia.
The other thing worse is, like, you know how 50 Shades started as literally a Twilight fanfic.
Yeah.
Can you read the comment?
See what we got? One dirtbag! One dirtbag! One dirtbag!
Thank you, sir.
Says Dave.
You didn't clap! You have to clap.
Yep, clap, 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 clap. Wait, Dave, you said we had to clap? Like, why? Why'd you do that, man? Just because they're $5 doesn't mean they're worth the money. Hey, why are you laughing at me? Alright, what's they saying?
He said Stephanie Meyer was a big inspiration to many writers that she was someone that's talentless as her can make mistake, anyone can.
Yeah. Did you know that Stephanie Meyer is a Mormon?
Yeah, you can definitely tell with how she writes.
Really? How so?
I don't know, there's just something about it that... I don't know. I think it's the whole no sex before marriage, the whole you gotta marry me if you want to become a vampire, if you want to do the nasty with me, Val, you gotta marry me. And it's like the only people who really write like that are religious types.
But if you want the goods, you gotta sign up for them. I'm kidding. Oh god.
Not only that.
Oh my god. Okay, this is this question. I don't think I can do this one. Oh.
Why not?
He's regenerating.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not doing this quest. Sorry. Like, you saw his health regenerating. If you want to look up the fight, go ahead. But I'm gonna go meet the Baron.
Fair enough.
what's
Hardcore Bunny says, Homer Simpson, I'm not scared of these guys. I got Wonder Bat. Fastball flies by and destroys his magic bat.
Alright, let's so we can accept an invitation from Kira and do that quest, or let's go meet the Baron. Let's
Dave says, and you say AC is in his fridge. Lol.
Okay, I'll admit the dude's got a point.
And Black Reaper Kai says they made a half-breed baby.
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately. Did the half-breed. What's weird is Twilight still has a bit of a fandom. Like, if you talk to a lot of the girls who read Twilight as a young girl, they still kind of look on it with nostalgia. It's weird. Hey Nix, what's your opinion on the Hunger Games?
It's really good, and I really like it.
Yeah,
the movies are less good, but I do still like them.
I've only seen the movies myself, and I actually really enjoy the movies. And I actually gotta say, Ballad of Songbird and Snakes wasn't half bad. Yeah, the only bad thing is, was it Ballad of Songbird and Snakes that came out first, or like the Edward novel? Because I feel like in the late 2010s there was kind of like this trend of old nostalgic like stuff from like the YA novels from late 2000s getting like prequels or whatever. Like, do you remember that?
Oh, they get told from like the other person's view, or they gender bend the characters.
Yeah, like Midnight Sun, Twilight from Edward's point of view.
Yeah, and E.L. James ripping off yet again.
What happened?
Twilight.
Oh yeah, she did one of her own. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Dave says gateway monster fucking. Probably.
I mean,
not
Nick,
very good though. Not very good.
I mean, Nix, you know a lot about that, wouldn't you?
Huh. Honestly, I never got into Twilight. Even as a kid, when it was first coming out, I knew it was going to be crap. Not because he stalks her and all this other horrible toxic shit, because you can't actually make compelling romance, like a compelling dark romance off that kind of stuff, and people have done it before. Not going to be for everyone, few things rarely are.
Come on now.
But the fact that nobody ever actually called Edward and Bella out on their shitty behaviors,
Baron home.
unless they're the villain and then are like hated and disproved. No, these people are actually good. They belong together.
Queen Cyril. Seen this man before.
Like in one of the books, and it happens in the movies too. Jacob decides to kiss Bella without her consent, and she punches him for it. In the book, he blames her for breaking her own hand when she goes to punch him.
Something important.
And then even her father kind of congratulates him for kissing her.
If he makes any trouble, well, we had.
And it's like, that's essentially some form of assault, and you are a cop.
Yeah.
Book his ass to jail. Beat the shit out of him. He assaulted your daughter.
What do you think?
And she made it very clear that she wasn't interested in him. It's much less toned down in the movie, but it's still horrible.
Yeah.
And she just forgives him just like that.
Sergeant, you a Temerian soldier?
Not your concern, mate.
Deserter.
Alright, comment, please.
So what are you
Hardcore Point says the Hunger Games are anti-corporation because I'm wrapped up in the semi-cringe metaphor for media worship. And Dave says there's been some good 90s YA revivals lately. Are you afraid of the dark? Midnight Club? Even the new Goosebumps show is really good.
Really? I haven't seen any of those, so I'll take your word for it. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I was a big fan of that.
I didn't know any of these revivals were a thing, so.
Yeah. Did you read Goosebumps as a kid, Nix?
Not as a kid, but as like a teen. Yeah.
I did.
Not very often.
I did. I mean, they're very simplistic, but they're entertaining, especially for their intended audience.
Oh! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey!
Enough. I don't care how
But,
you do it,
I know
but
it,
the
like, as a
deliveries
tween,
must be weekly.
My jam was Animorphs. That was my jam.
No. Besides, you've another
First
guest.
scary stories for kids I ever saw was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark,
Oh,
and
I
it's
had
only
that
because
book.
my younger brother had it, and it's not the revamped artwork one that makes it less scary. I mean, like, he had the original.
The one with, like, the black and the white?
Yeah.
I had that one.
Rumors rarely find confirmation in reality.
Yeah, there were
Especially
some
the
good
ones
stories
about
in that one.
foreigners.
Especially, like, the
Right
sequels.
you are.
Did
I
you
know
ever
who you
have
are.
Chicken Soup for the Soul?
Believe I also know why you've come. We'll
Do you remember
talk
those books?
inside.
I
It's
might not have read them as a kid.
Well, any 90s kid, if you talk about, like the
yourself
Chicken
at
Soup
home.
books, like, yeah, those are pretty famous. I think I had one of them.
Oh,
It would have put
yeah,
the
I think I've
bloody
read.
vodka.
Yeah, it was, like,
Remember?
stories by, like,
There
other
it is.
teens. It's pretty
A
interesting.
snifter.
And Hardcore Bunny says the Creepshow TV show was
Why
one
not?
big. The white meat, the mean whitey gets what's coming to him.
Yeah, that's the
Folks
problem
are
with, like, a
steady.
lot of
Tell us
stuff,
whereabouts
is
on
the revival, they just go...
Bloody hell.
Like,
Who's a
I
loyal
remember
Samaritan to
when they were
talk to
doing the
these
Twilight Zone
days?
revival on
Himself and
CBS All
his company.
Access.
Good enough.
Jordan Peele was doing it, and they're like, "Oh, it's a story about the rise of Donald Trump." I was like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope."
To the matter at hand. I'm Philip
Yeah.
Stringer. Now the blob
And Dave says True Blood kind of rode the
Geralt of
Twilight
Rivia.
wave, but it was
Blood-tits
so
call
much
me the
better.
butcher
I mean,
of
there's a
Gallagher.
lot of shows
I
that
said
did that.
already,
Like Vampire
I know who you
Diaries
are.
is basically Twilight
Truth
but
be
better.
told, it's the only reason we're talking.
I would.
How do you like it here in Velen?
I mean, you have to admit, the Vampire Diaries is definitely riding the Twilight wave.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it isn't, but I'm just
Didn't
trying to
come here to
consider
talk
whether or
about
not I
the
call it better.
You're
I
wrong
didn't
to
watch a
avoid
whole
the
lot of
traffic.
it, but I
You've
did
just
watch some
arrived,
of it,
plain
and
to
it.
see. And the local swamps and bogs.
I have
Very
mixed feelings of it.
interesting,
We'll
to
just
say
leave
the
it there.
least.
But True Blood,
Someone loses their way around here, he becomes.
I don't know if I'd really say it was much better. It gets
What are you getting
convoluted
at?
later on.
Many have lost loved
Yeah,
ones.
basically
Very.
kind of the need for
Some
new
their
lore.
wives.
I mean, it had
others
great
their
characters
daughters.
and some good interactions.
What's
It
that
feels
supposed
like
to
both the
mean?
book
That a
and
threat?
the show
Aye,
didn't know when
not
to
as
stop.
clever as I suspected you'd be. No, it's no threat. I'll spell it
And
out.
Dave also
I know
says
who
the new
you're
Creep
looking
Show
for.
has about 1/3 good episodes,
She showed
1/3
up sometime
mediocre,
ago,
and 1/3 awful.
exhausted, wounded,
Damn.
and
I know what Tucker
stinking
Boy's
like a
saying.
soaked hound after
He
our
says
boots.
vampires are kind of played out
Later,
in
I
media.
learned she'd
They aren't
come from the
scary anymore. Remember when they were actually scary? Yeah, sometimes they can be scary.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I agree with Hardcore Buddy.
Sensing beasts from the woods as
Yeah, now they're
soon as
cute
could
and
reach the
stuff.
village.
Yeah, and then Nick, can you read Dave's comment?
Yep, he says, didn't watch Vampire Diaries, but at least the chick was way hotter than Kristen Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah, that chick was like way hotter. Oh, speaking of hot chicks, that ass! Look at that ass.
That was close. I must leave this place.
Hey, Nick,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something about Nyx.
I mean, Nyx has a nice ass. You aren't gonna say anything?
Nope.
She needs help.
She got a great egg.
Kristen Stewart can't. If she acted better, I'd find her hotter. She
And the thing
has.
is, she can act. She can act. Like, she was on The Sopranos. I think she did a good job, and had other gigs. Like, I actually think she did a great job as Joan Jett in the Runaways movie. Also, what the fuck is happening?
Getting glitched for a
A
moment.
little bit, yeah.
Like,
what the Hardcore Bunny, that is an accusation, sir.
Dave says they can be, and there's always been an alluring sexual element to vampires too. Yeah, I think that's kind of.
You can calm down.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts here, but essentially, like, I think for me, my favorite kinds of vampires, and this isn't something I've seen very often, and when it is done, it's not done very well.
I guess.
But there's the potential for it to be done well. It's like
Yes.
seeing
Also just a little.
Does that mean
vampires'
you know which way to go?
sexual appeal
Not
and
quite. Not yet.
natural allure
Sure we'll
as
find
like
a way to
a
set off together.
hunt, like a.
This?
I mean, there's a youth aspect, the eternal youth. Like, I think Lost Boys really kind of hit home with, like, the eternal youth, like, the eternal adolescence of vampires.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like like how like anglerfish have that like that lure to lure in their prey.
Not a bad idea.
For vampires, that would be their good
walk you
looks
home.
and, in some cases,
Explain to your
natural
friends
charisma
once you
and
lose
or
their
mind
children in the
control.
woods.
We can't
Disarming
go
their prey.
because of the Wolf King.
Oh man, I forget where exactly it was. Helsing, maybe? But I remember seeing some
No kings
vampire
on
that
the
was
walls.
These have
really
Did you
upset
see
about
him?
being eternally
Yes,
trapped as a
I know,
child.
no.
Oh yeah,
From
like I
behind a
remember
tree. He was huge,
in
with giant eyes
the
and
Dark
great
Brotherhood
fangs,
questline of
terribly,
Skyrim.
disgustingly
There's actually a
horrific.
vampire.
Babette!
Also,
See what I've
Interview with
got
the
on my
Vampire
back?
also dealt with that thing.
Wolves fear it. Kings do
But real
too.
quick, Hardcore Bunny,
Come.
how old is
I'll
Siri?
help you
Because
out.
like she looks like she's in her mid to late 20s. So like how old, like I don't know. She looks like she's in her 20s to me, but she's jailbait. I'll retract all those statements. Oh.
Quick! Hide!
Alright, what's Dave saying?
Props to Robert Pattinson for breaking out Twilight instead of becoming typecasted. I
mean, it helps that, like, no one hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson. Like, the whole, like, during all the press junkets, they're just making fun of the movies.
but I mean, he went from playing a crazed, bat-themed loner to, who's extremely wealthy, to playing a crazed loner with a bat theme who's also very rich.
That kind of reminds me of, like, that one meme where it's like, in 2007, it was the girlfriends dragging the boyfriends with the new Robert Pattinson movie. In 2020-something, it was the boyfriends dragging the girlfriends to the new Robert Pattinson movie.
Doesn't help that the guy is genuinely, like, weirdly charismatic.
Also, I love the story where, like, he had a stalker, so he just, like, took her out to drink, like, Starbucks and just complain about his life, and she stopped stalking him.
Exactly, that's what I was going to bring up. The guy is strangely charismatic in the most charisma-less way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was Kristen Dunst's character.
You can come out now.
My father can even do that.
Mine could do a lot more.
God.
Come.
It's like even walking. Okay, when we walk.
Look! There's something there.
Oh wow.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But
No buts. Stay here. I must see something.
Nix, what did you think of the series sections of this game?
Well, this is the first one I'm seeing, so I like it so far.
We're doing CSI Siri.
Bloodshot, but still moist. He died
God,
recently.
you said the word.
Crime Siri investigation.
Lips parted. And
Well, no,
bloated.
it's spelled with a C. Siri is spelled with a
Clear
C.
through his tongue.
Oh, I missed that.
Immense pain before death.
Siri scene investigation.
No, it's CCI.
His
Alright, what's
chest
they
is
saying?
crushed. Ribs probably pierced his
It
lungs.
says, Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Something
Near
picked him up
Dark,
and threw him
and
against
Frightening
a
are
tree.
some great vampire movies that show the dangerous allure of vampires and the tragedy of being a vampire.
Yeah.
Something tore his leg off. No, nor did
Yeah, I
off.
think the problem is, like, in the 90s, you kind of started to have a lot of vampire
Stay
fiction
there
where it's like,
and look
oh, being
away.
a vampire is fun. As much as I love
What's
Buffy,
this?
it did a lot of damage
Marrow's
to the lore.
missing. Interesting. Let's see. His liver's gone.
Yeah, like I said, one of my favorite vampire movies is Lost
Would you
Boys.
mind making certain
You know,
your
kind of
laces
combining
are tight?
vampires with, like, Peter Pan is just such a perfect combination.
The Wolf King's no fantasy, it seems. Except
So,
he's a werewolf.
if I'm reading this right, apparently Ciri is supposed to be 21 in Witcher
Had a
3.
fall.
Alright! We're good!
The Wolf King got him.
God, I can't believe I just said
When
that.
did children get so smart?
What will we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Good question. I've no
Yeah,
silver.
that's what I was saying, because, like,
But I
she
can make a
looks,
blade
you
oil.
know, like, early to mid-20s, you know?
You mean like we make from rapeseed?
No. A far more special oil.
What's our
Dog
company's name?
tallow, wolfsbane, horse parsley.
He
wolf
says,
liver.
didn't Buffy end
The
without
Wolf
much
King will feel terrible, terrible
vampires
pain.
being involved in the show?
How do you know these
They had that near
Did your
apocalypse
father
thing.
teach you?
The
Not
thing
my
with
father.
Buffy was
My
it
uncle.
started out as Buffy the Vampire
Uncle
Slayer, but then
Vesemir.
she started facing like a lot of different threats. Like vampires were always involved in the show, like right up until the end. But it kind of became more than that. Like I don't know.
Same thing happened to Ghostbusters in cartoons.
Really? How so?
Hide! Quickly!
They also were facing tons of different kinds of threats in the cartoons, not so much in the movies.
Well, the thing is, when you run a long series like that, there's got to be escalation. There's got to keep upping the stakes. Yeah, and the problem with Buffy was the 5th season was supposed to be the last season. Then they had the 2 more. Because like the 5th season, they had her literally facing a god.
Oh, and Dave the Impaler says, also, Let the Right One In is a fantastic example of the tragic nature of vampires. The vampire is a young girl who finds companions and discards them when they outgrow her. In the original, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but the original, like, Swedish, I think it is? It's revealed that it isn't she isn't a girl at all. She's a boy who was mutilated.
Oh, really? So there's
Yeah.
a trans angle to it. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, if you want to conflate trans people with horrible mutilation monsters, but yeah.
I don't know.
We're not gonna get into that discussion. Pretend I never said anything.
Yeah. We are not touching that. Moving on. Nick, pick a next topic.
Do parents often
Actually, I think some of the best vampires that I've seen in recent years come from like older anime. Like Hellsing was already brought up. I have heard about Diabolic Lovers, but I don't want to touch that series with a 20-foot pole.
Oh boy, I know that one.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I like my dark romances, but Diabolic Lovers goes way too far in the abusive angle. Like, they're all... The lead character is a wet piece of paper complete nothingness. And the guys are all horribly abusive monsters who have both mommy and daddy issues.
Oh,
And
no.
somehow,
Not
apparently,
that
that's supposed to
combination.
justify what they do to her. And they are, like, terrible.
Not that combination.
Like, ugh, I hate it.
It's a bit dark.
Afraid?
Are you?
No.
And then Dave says, yes, it's implied she was a boy who was castrated.
Yeah.
What?
The Wolf King.
And one of her
believe me.
companions
Hide!
was a, liked the cheese pizza a little too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm always said. Like, horror is like one of the few bastions of like good storytelling or innovation. Because it's like one of the few genres where like it's cheap enough to produce that you can actually have original ideas you can afford to take chances. Like, what's the hardcore bunny saying?
It says, you do realize that's the point. Diabolic Lovers is the angst romance genre where the protagonist is trapped in an abusive relationship. I mean, it was a series of games at first, and I never got into them even. I find that a lot of people who even get into that specific genre don't seem to really like Diabolic Lovers all that much.
Anything like it.
Girl, you can come out now. Come on.
Like, I like that kind of stuff, but there's a point where even I'm like, bro, this is going a little too far.
You're lucky we came this way. Found someone far less fortunate in the forest.
And here's the crazy thing, like,
We was returning from mid-cops when the
like,
brute attacked. I
a
managed
lot
to
of
flee,
women
but
are into
Yaren,
The little one.
like like
details.
I don't know what it is, but like whenever I've dated women who are into like the literary romance, it's basically just
You have
porn.
bandages at home. Some spirit?
And like the way they
Laid a
just
claw
like
or two on me,
it's just really crazy, like the kind of stuff they
not
read.
this, but my lord, he's a powerful man. He's sure to help you.
Yep.
Might even reward you for cutting the werewolf down.
Very well. Lead us to your lord.
I don't know. I think there's kind of like this thing where even to this day, I think a lot of guys can't wrap their head around like, yeah, girls like sex.
Yep. And that's something nobody wants to admit.
Yeah. But yeah, my thing is, I just want, you know, if we just had more
Just who
open
do you think
discussion
you
about
brought me,
stuff.
man? That's
I
not
think
me
things would be a lot
daughter.
better.
And the little one?
Neither, damn it! I think I'd know my own child.
Well, might not be yours, the older one, but you've got to admit the likeness.
Oh, he's
That's
trying to
downright
like
striking.
be like, it's not your
So,
daughter, but she
any
could be.
Chance for that reward?
You're not
What?
saying one fucking
I
tongue.
love
Get
the
out
boldness
before I
of that
set my
guy.
hands on you.
Oh, so what's what they say?
So,
One
stew any
second.
good?
Very. Thank you. not eaten
Yeah,
any.
it says her older
Please, you like
companion
it.
was a boy
Had to prepare a
when
bath for you
they met,
once
and
you've
she
eaten.
basically enslaved him
And
for
you could
years.
do
The
with
movie
some
was
sleep.
showing the cycle of her
Crack
finding
there
another
and the nook
companion
behind the hearth.
that she would
You,
enslave.
the
It was an
guest of
ironic
the kitchen.
romance. Ah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Eat now. We'll speak once you've rested.
See, this is a problem I have with like a lot of these like reboots is they just like throw out the book and throw out all nuance and be like,
So I
you're
ordered
black
my men
now.
to watch her and left her to rest.
And
A topic for another time.
the little girl who showed up here with Siri. What happened to her?
Like, I get that the
She's
whole
safe and
campfire
sound.
and space
Helps
thing is
out
such
in
a
the
small nitpick
Ciri
in the grand
told me
scheme
of the
things.
girl's parents.
But it's just
what they
another, like, in
decided.
a long line.
So I decided not to send the lass home. She's fed here. A roof over a warm corner she calls her own. She wants for nothing.
What happened to Ciri?
I've told you already. A topic for another time.
That's what I love about the Baron
No,
quest, because the Baron's a
topic for
complicated
now.
person.
Talk.
Like, he's done some really
That's
nasty
sharpness.
stuff, but, like,
What's your tone,
he still
Witcher?
feels, and he's like, you know what I'm saying?
We wish to come to an agreement,
Yeah.
do we not?
Also, don't you love my shirt, Nix?
With this
Yeah.
Harlequin
Take it
thing?
you won't give me this information for free.
Sharp you are.
Oh,
I
but
regret
Nick,
your
what else do you
loss.
want to talk about?
Commiserate. But you
Or
see,
good luck,
it so
feel free to-
happens
Look,
my
you've been
wife
silent,
and
you get to
daughter are
talk
missing
now.
as well.
Oh, also,
I
if
propose
before
an
Let's Talk,
exchange.
if you're still here, please
Find
make sure
my
to
loved
like,
ones,
comment, subscribe to the
and I shall
video.
tell you about
Just
the
wanted to
girl
put that
you
out,
seek.
reminder out there.
All
So yeah,
I know.
Lug, you pick the topic.
Oh, darn. That's what I was gonna ask you.
Thing is, can I trust you?
Oh man.
What guarantees do I have?
But no, what's been on
None
your mind?
whatsoever. Only my word.
Fine, I'll help you. I'll
So what
find
do you
your
think
family.
it is with Henry?
Then
Like,
you'll
what do you
give
think
me
it is
every
with
bit of
Henry and
information
Seth?
you have.
Nix, what,
You
Lug,
have
what do
my
you think?
word.
He's in an industry that despises everything
Guard,
he stands
This
for.
man's under my
And what is it he
protection.
stands for? in your
No one's to
opinion?
bother him in any way. Don't
Traditional
stare, I've not
escapist
grown
fun.
horns. Treat it as a token of my good faith.
Talk about done
Yeah.
video
Last.
games? We could. I'll
I
put that on the
vanished
list.
after the new moon, as if whisked away by
Yeah,
shadows.
because
What do you mean,
Henry is
vanished?
a person who clearly cares
Precisely
about the
that.
source material
I
and
awoke
stuff.
one morn to find them gone.
And he wants accurate adaptations, and these people just don't. I think when they say he was a disruption on set,
You try to search for them?
from
Sent
their
men out
perspective,
right
he
away.
was.
But they're not
But
suited
all he
to
was
it.
doing
It's one thing to rip up floorboards in search of
was
a peasant's last
trying
sack
to
of
ensure
grain.
accuracy.
Finding
Like,
a living
you hear the
person.
reports
They just
that,
don't
like,
know how.
when Roach died,
Besides,
apparently
Velen's naught but
he was supposed to say like
swampsy,
some
marshy
stupid like
woodland.
Marvel joke,
Plenty of
and he
hard to
refused to
find
do it, but
nooks.
he like ignored
If you're
lines
looking
on
to hide
set or
someone,
whatever.
This is the place.
Because Henry isn't just an actor, he's a nerd. He's one
Maybe
of
they were
us.
kidnapped.
He knows
Put
the
in the
source
enemies.
material
Not worth
better than the writers
Worthless little pricks and angry
Yeah.
peasants.
and anyone
is
else
all.
on that
None
in
would
that
dare
production,
raise a
and they
finger
hate him
against
for
my
it because
family. Any
they
immortal,
don't actually
I've
care
been
about
eating dirt long
nerds or
since.
giving people what they want. They're just in it for the money and to
Anything
shit
unusual
on all the
happened
people
before
they
he
think
disappeared?
have done
Yeah,
them wrong.
definitely
It's a
do nothing
platform, and
strange.
like every
Unusual?
platform needs to be exploited.
Well, not long ago, peasants came to complain that a beast had ravaged a woman by the well. Devoured
What,
another
what's
lass
he saying?
before her. Common occurrences in Velen.
Dave says Henry
My
Cavill
women,
hasn't done that bad for himself
Anna,
at all, but he
quiet as
should
a
be
mouse
a
as
much
ever.
bigger
And Tamara,
star. He deserves
occupied
success
with
more
her
than most of his
things.
peers.
Yeah, that's a
Nothing
tragedy. Like he's a gorgeous man. I say that as a straight guy. He's actually a
place
great actor,
Must be hard
and
to be the only
like
two
both
women here.
like acting wise
This
and
place?
physically.
What do you mean?
He should be a lot bigger
I want
star.
it for
He's got
nothing
literally
here.
everything.
Pheasant for dinner? Not a problem.
Yeah.
Blue ribbons from Toussaint? Say the word.
And like,
Had
but
your man in
also
mind.
he's a nice guy.
company.
People like him. He's got
Sure your wife
everything.
and daughter
He's a
weren't
full
being
package.
harassed?
My men are a
It's
horde
just-
of
I don't
horses.
He is literally the
Don't know
ideal
their
man.
place. One of them so much as looked at Anna or Tamara crosswise.
All right,
I'd
Harker
cut
Bunny's
him
got
down
one for
like
us.
a dog.
Alright, just
I'll
one
need to know a lot more
second.
than that. See
Honestly,
their rooms?
Henry Cavill
Full.
seems to be more like he's trying to retain his
Anything to
public
latch
image,
onto.
considering it is well known the woke
I'll
face
not
is
let a
coming to an
stranger
end.
pour
I
through
would
their
not be
belongings.
Want me to
surprised.
find them or not?
But also
do.
he's playing a very dangerous
Then
game.
let me work.
Like you got to
Fine.
remember,
I
Henry
shall go
dated
with
Gina
you.
Carano.
The doors are
Okay.
locked.
I do think that Henry secretly doesn't like all this crap. I mean, he left The Witcher for Pete's sake, you know. But also he realizes he can't speak publicly about it. So
When she was a babe,
I
my
do think
daughter
he
loved
might be
animals.
trying to bide his
Sort
time a
of
little
dear
bit
trophy of
until the, like, yeah, because the woke phase is
That what
is
she
coming to an end. It is
Haven't
what
got a
it
clue.
is.
Is that deer's
Like we might.
Amen to that.
It might be going for like another.
You see it there?
Like it might go on for like another 5 years, or like I don't know.
I pity any bastard.
God, I hope not that long.
Yeah, maybe not 5 years, but
Here it is. Damn it.
but maybe another couple of years or so. We're not like yeah.
Tomorrow's room is there. Try not to make a mess. For the
I will
return,
make a
I
mess.
want
Let's make a mess, guys.
But he asked nicely.
Yeah, but I want to make a mess.
All right, we'll need plenty of materials to build a cafeteria.
Broken.
Political phases have a life of 14 years now. Yeah, also Gen Z.
Fresh flowers. He
I
expects
don't know.
them to return any minute.
Like Gen Z and Gen Alpha. I definitely think Gen Alpha rejects
walls a different color.
Is rejecting the millennial
Something
stuff.
used to
but,
hang here.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I think both sides are trying to claim
right size.
Claim them, but yeah, I don't know. I think that is clear cut. Can you catch up with the comments?
It started in 2012 around Gamergate, and will
the Baron and his
at
wife
most last until
look
2026.
happy enough.
Hardcore Bunny is saying, and Dave chimed in with, "Of course, he doesn't want to speak out too much because he'd be completely canceled and relegated to starring in Daily Wire movies."
What's on the
Well,
other
at least
side?
he can reunite with his. I don't know. Like I know Gina made that like Prairie movie that, from what I hear, wasn't too bad.
I don't think it's gotten a physical release yet.
Oh, that's a bummer. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like the woke era started with Obama.
Piece of wood looks like the stem of that candlestick.
Like it started really
slightly.
Yeah.
Fight might have happened here. I'll look for clues.
Because even by this like Obama's second election, he was already kind of like people were already kind of tired of his crap. Like,
walls a different color. Something used to hang here.
Yeah,
that painting,
that time was interesting.
right size.
And definitely by the end of Obama's second term, the honeymoon period was definitely over.
Definitely.
There we go.
The Baron and his wife. Look happy enough.
Yeah, the problem in 2012 is Romney was just
What's
a
this?
very bad candidate.
Gotta wonder
As soon
who
as
wanted
he,
to hide
as
the
soon as
hole.
his 48%
And what's on the other
leaked,
side?
it was over for him.
Rest of the candlestick. And wine stains. Somebody smashed a bottle. From Toussaint. Yeah. Ervelous.
Yeah, but also the other thing
Sometimes
is, like, I don't
died.
know if you noticed it, but it was
Wonder
after
where
the
it'll lead
2012
me.
election when you kind of saw the right begin to shift. Because before 2012, they were still kind of like the Reagan party. Like, it was still kind of like, you know, the...
Damn, trail breaks off.
You know, the
Spruce with
evangelical
something else
Christians.
that smells of
But after
juniper
2012,
incense.
it kind of became
Some
what we
sort of
know as
folk
today.
talisman. Protective. Question is, against what? Won't find much else here.
What do you guys think?
Done poking around?
I think he covered it all pretty well.
Know anything about that?
A fight? What are you talking about?
So Hardcore Bunny
Someone was
wants to talk
attacked.
about dungeons
Probably your
and
wife
video
or
games.
daughter.
I
Whoever
don't
it
know how
was
to
tried to
approach
defend
that
themselves
topic.
with a candlestick.
Some of
Missed
them are
the
good,
attacker.
some of them are bad.
Punctured the wall
All
instead.
right, there's the
They
topic.
tussled too.
What's Dave saying?
I don't know nothing about this. That night, I was drunk, don't remember a thing. They were gone
Because
by
the
time
woke
I
stuff is
woke.
mostly
Doubt you were
finished.
the only ones in the
The
castle.
thing is, a lot of
Maybe one of your
conservative
men
figures
heard
and
something.
online grifters have tried
3
to expand
times I asked
the
them
definition of
bastards
wokeness
if
to
they'd
hang
seen
on
anything
to
or heard
relevancy.
anything.
Yeah, oh my
Nothing,
god!
Not a one of them.
This is something I saw like a year ago.
All right, Nick's cook.
Someone online was trying to
Recognize
claim
this
that
amulet?
Tears of the Kingdom was woke.
Yes,
Because, and I shit you not,
Any idea where she got it?
Zelda's ancestor was
witches
a
or cunning
quote
women in the
demon goat furry and a black
Coop
woman.
lives near Blackbow. And there's a cunning woman in Midcops, but I know little
What they
about
don't
her.
seem
She's
to
only
realize,
recently arrived.
and this is
If Anna
something
were
that
to see
they
someone,
kind of
she'd
go
choose the
into
pillar, not
tiny,
the woman.
tiny bit
Anna
in
was
Breath
wary
of
of
the Wild.
strangers,
More so in Tears of the Kingdom, because the Zonai are like the main
Whole
focus
landing smells of wine.
of
Tell me
Tears of the
anything
Kingdom.
about that.
Is that
must
the demon goat furry
Men Ervalus.
is literally another species, a species that was thought to be
Told you I was
God,
good and marinated that night.
because they lived in the
Was it
sky
matter?
and had such a strange
Stench of wine
bestial
in plenty
appearance.
of corn around the castle.
Sonia, his Raru's wife,
Fair warning,
is
he's a hard man to talk to.
an
Rumour has
ancient
it he killed
Hylian,
his own father with an axe as a lad. then
and
went
it's supposed
batty.
to be
Now they say he
the
sees
very
ghosts and
founding of
ploughs his goat.
Not really
Hyrule,
interested in his hobbies. Just want to ask
the
about
first
the amulet.
king and queen. I have no issues believing that someone with darker skin and a goat guy could be Zelda's, ancestors, because they make it very clear that it's far enough back that there isn't very much recorded history on it. That's why in Tears of the Kingdom you have so many people trying to research what they can of the Zonai and the Sky Islands, and especially in Kakariko Village, the giant rings and all the tomes. And Hardcore Bunny says she wasn't black. She wasn't! She just had tan, I think.
Yeah.
What are you selling?
I don't know. I'm just so sick and tired of a lot of these people. It's very clear they're just doing this crap for content now. Look at all the stuff with Eric July. Ethan Van Sciver just needs to get off his fat fucking ass and finish his books. There, I said it. He's trying to go after Ethan, Eric, or whatever. Because here's the thing. If Eric is a scammer, if Eric has bad books, all that stuff is going to come out in the wash, okay? Oh my god.
And Dave says, yep, some of these conservatives and grifters are saying anything with liberal ideas, women, black people, or anti-religious themes are woke. Many of them are outright calling for theocracy.
Yeah, the Matt Walshes of the world. Dear God, I want to punch that guy in the face.
Take care now.
Legit. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom has a very diverse cast of NPCs and, main characters and whatnot. But, Zelda has always been kind of diverse in the NPC variety because they literally have different races of beings. You have the Gorons, you have the Zora, the Rito, you have the freaking Gerudo. The Hylians are humans, but they're humans with pointy ears, so they're more like elves than actual real-world humans.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
Twilight Princess has the Yeti couple.
What are you selling?
But no, we have to draw the line
you
at
want to
the
talk
goat
about
guy.
dungeons? You want to talk about dungeon for a second? That was a really interesting dungeon. Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
It's I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's very stupid. Because, you're taking something that is a complete nothing burger and you're trying to make a whole big thing out of it.
But anime is for a certain type of people who like children. Can you read Hardcore Bunny's comment, please?
And Hardcore says, you read into a book, movie, game, subtext to understand what the author means by the subject they write about. Most woke entertainment subtext is anti-male and anti-white bigotry.
Yeah.
The biggest themes in Tears of the Kingdom are friendship will save the day.
Take care now.
Yeah, and the problem with a lot of these, a lot of it is these
Wouldn't mind a
characters.
look at your stock.
Like, yeah, okay, you have a gay character, but like their defining characteristic is I'm gay. Like that's literally all there is to their character. I don't know. Next, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play The Witcher and we're gonna have fun. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is stuff. Right, oh shit. I don't have enough coin. What's the hardcore bunny saying?
Tears of the Kingdom subtext is the fear of loss and the future. Literally, Ganondorf is a symbol for Link's anxiety in his future with Zelda, and how his anxiety is transformed into a living demon.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So what are some of your other favorite themes from video games next?
Honestly, I like, specifically, I don't want to say realistic graphics, but when the realism is done with just a hint of the surreal. And the cartoony. I don't care how realistic something looks as long as it's pretty. Give me pretty graphics and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest things you need to have a good game is a good story and good mechanics.
I think I think these graphics, because if you look closely, the scenes of these graphics are very obvious. Like some of the stuff is very old. But I think the key to this game is realism, but it has like a hint, just a hint of stylization to it.
Yeah. Stylization over realism for me, honestly, because I don't care how realistic something is. If I want to go see something that looks like a real tree, I'll go outside and see a real goddamn tree.
Oh. Okay.
I don't come to video games to see something I can see if I go outside. I come to video games to see the stuff I can't.
That is based. That is based.
Yeah.
I forgot to examine Secret's room. Yeah, so I think the video game industry is going to be really, really interesting in the next 5 or so years. Because you heard, like, Sony's actually, their profits are down, and the PlayStation division is being blamed. Microsoft already is kind of acting like they already have one foot out of it. So I do very much think that, like, we might not see another Xbox.
So Siri was here.
Yeah.
There might not be a PS6.
Gritka's toy.
Like, the only thing that's going to survive would be the Nintendo and
Siri
PC.
must have used these. Looks like she left in a
Based
hurry.
Nintendo as always.
Yeah.
I mean, sad to say,
What
but
about
like
PlayStation 9 with its nanobots and everything? We were promised.
Promised by who?
PS2.
Huh?
God. Hardcore Bunny, that is very possible, I will admit.
Dedication to the Baron and his wife. Seems they have friends in high places in Vizima.
Yeah, Hardcore Buddy says the next Xbox will be a pre-built PC. That is possible. Because I know there was talks of letting the Xbox run Steam, and like there was that rumors that Microsoft wanted to buy Valve, but it's not happening.
So you're Gretka.
I am. And you're Geralt.
How do you know?
Because you've white hair and a medallion shaped like a wolf.
Alright, what's this
Siri
thing?
told me about you.
You and Siri talked a bit, didn't you?
The problem with woke entertainment
say
is
where
that it
she was
doesn't use
going,
subtext / allegory and uses hack ham-fisted
you.
storytelling
I'm a
instead.
sorceress.
You could argue
You're
the
here,
Batman
so I
had
guess she didn't
anti-white
find
subtext, but I wouldn't call
I
it woke.
wonder if she helped
And
that
Hardcore
friend of
Bunny
yours.
says, we will probably copy Nintendo Switch with future Sony consoles and do a hybrid console.
I mean, there are rumors that like they're gonna do another PSP. I would not be surprised.
Look familiar?
Which, to be fair,
What if they copy Nintendo
Where'd you find
again and go the Switch
Seriously?
route with it?
We'd play in
I-
our
I-
own
PlayStation
games.
6 is a
I
PSP
was
as
sad
well.
one
depending on the
and
price,
Siri
I
carved it
like.
for
Well,
me.
the problem is,
Such a shame she had to leave.
if they do it, it's gonna be at least $400, so it'll just kind of be not worth it. But if they do it actually like a handheld,
Any idea who it was?
that's like PS4
What do you
size
mean who?
with
Her
upscaling,
friend. She
and
said he
it's
was in
like
trouble and that she had to
maybe
save him.
$300, that actually might be compelling.
Do you know where Siri is?
No. One day I brought her
But
breakfast
yeah, the thing with the
and she was already
Batman
gone.
is,
The Baron told me
it's
she'd
like
left.
Dave says, that one line.
Didn't ask where she'd gone.
Everything else
I
is
did.
fine. It's just that one
He
line.
said I was too
It comes
little
out of
and wouldn't
nowhere,
understand.
really. I honestly
Siri
feel
left
like
me a
that line was
gift.
forced
A
into the
gift?
script.
Yes, this. A green stone.
Beautiful as gifts go.
See, the
Hide it
problem
well,
is
don't show it to anyone.
there is a
It's worth
very
a lot.
large market for like the whole console experience of just like coming home, turning on your
Thanks,
console,
Gretka.
popping in the disc,
Have
or
fun.
just
I'm
going.
not playing. I'm helping.
And there's a lot of people who enjoy that kind of thing. So I don't think, I think there'll always be some sort of console. Whether it be a Steam machine, a PS, PlayStation, whatever. There's clearly a market for that type of experience. If they can
Let's go.
successfully consoleize a PC, which Gabe definitely wants to do. Who remembers the Steam machine?
What now, you piece of filth?
The what?
The Steam machine. It was basically their first attempt to consoleize the PC back in the early 2010s. Yeah, it never really got off the ground. But the thing is, here's why I don't think Valve will sell to Microsoft. First, they're privately owned, so there's not that kind of like investor interest. Also, Valve was kind of created in response to Microsoft. Like, the whole reason Valve is doing their Linux initiative is in response to Microsoft. So I don't think Gabe would want to sell to Microsoft. That is my opinion, anyway. Can you get people in the comments?
Yep. Hardcore Bunny says. Oh wait, Dave says. Aside from that one scene, anyway, I'm not. The console market is heading towards a portable and travel-friendly option. Thank God, because a lot of people do travel.
Yeah, that's why I love my laptop, and that's I mean, I think that's partially why the Steam Deck took off like it did. You know, like they really like the Steam Deck is a great console. I love mine.
Yeah. And Hardcore also says the movie can be popular and not have over politics, but it seems the messaging can definitely portray the ideas of the left-leaning.
A long one.
Dave says, I don't think PlayStation is going in
Do we?
decade.
You do.
Yeah,
Well,
I think one of the
let's
two
go
is going to dip out, whether Microsoft or Sony. And it's kind of a toss-up of who it's going to be.
Gotta
I
wonder
don't know.
about a man
I
who
do
could
feel
get
like
Hendrix
Microsoft
friends
is
all
kind
worked
of
up.
already on their way out. I don't know. They're the way they're acting. They like I don't know.
Hey, anybody home?
But I think the difference is, I think this
Open
might
up,
be the
it's safe
linchpin.
now.
Microsoft
Devils.
could
Who do they bring?
literally shutter the
What
entire
seek ye?
Xbox division
I need your help.
tomorrow,
Whoa.
and it would just be like a rounding error on their line item.
Though not old. 'Tis he the
PlayStation,
peller awaits.
Sony needs PlayStation to be profitable. Like a large part of Sony's profits come from PlayStation, so you got that motivation factor there. So I don't know. I think it's very clear that Microsoft way overspent.
As the bones declared
on
I
these
should.
companies, and
They
it's
shall
not paying
come
off.
whose stench is rape and death, but the wolf shall disperse them, the white wolf. And thus he comes. Omens never lie.
Can you read Hargrove on his comment?
Recognize this?
Yep.
Made of spruce wood, strong smell of juniper, designed to protect someone.
Well, first of all, Dave says indefinitely, but left or right leaning themes are not woke or intrusive in themselves. And Hardcore says problem is the company has the franchises that Nintendo does that has cross-media appeal. Sega might be able to do movies and TV shows, but they can't produce the same quality games as Nintendo does.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of one of the reasons why other platform fighters have struggled so hard, but Nintendo keeps knocking it out of the park every time.
Well, as far as like companies with a wide variety of characters, I do think Sony has it in their backlog, but also Capcom. Sega definitely. But Capcom and Konami have the back catalog of characters and
a small protective charm, not a thing more a Pella could do.
Capcom is just there forever in a tug of war of like, oh, we almost put our head out of our asses, better push it back in.
Yeah.
I have this love-hate relationship with Capcom. Because, like, I swear, just as soon as you think they're getting on a good track, they find a way to fuck themselves up. Like, for the last 2 years, they have been on fire with their Resident Evil, with the Monster Hunter, with the Mega Man stuff. And now they're starting to, like, I don't know. But at the same time, they did do that poll. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with Capcom. They find new ways to disappoint me on a daily basis.
Anna and her daughter are missing.
Yeah.
Know where they are?
No.
And then Dave's got a good comment.
But the spirits could know. The Pella will augur, the spirits ask.
Spirits. Great.
Hardcore. What franchise did they
Long
sell
as I know
Western
where to look, where to find them.
Western production company?
Princess. None better than Princess for finding things.
Oh god, this quest.
Which princess?
This fucking quest.
Princess.
Oh no.
My goat. She's fled.
This fucking quest.
Those men must have scared her off.
God, I fucking
Can we
hate
get
this
back
quest.
to the auguring?
Wait, this might be familiar.
Impossible.
Oh god.
No goat.
Please read Dave's
I heard
comment.
something about a goat, and I'm very unimpressed already. Dave says, at the very least, Sony is still making money on software and licensing. Microsoft gambled big on Game Pass, and it's not paying off.
Yeah.
If it was nothing to them, they wouldn't be closing studios.
Bell. The little bell's ringing. She loves it. Ring, ring, and she will follow.
Alright, the chat's a hopping, Nick. You gotta keep up.
Beware
You're
of
doing a great
wild
job, though.
strawberries. Raspberries too.
Yeah.
Treacherous as beasts
Hardcore
go.
says,
Always
problem
keep
is
an eye out
Capcom
for
sold most of their most valuable franchises to Western production company already, so they're very limited on what they can make. Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. Dave says other
They still
platform
have other
fighters
ones, like Mega Man is still a big one.
Other platform fighters keep inserting janky play mechanics that no one wanted, instead of just copying the simplicity of Smash Bros. And Hardcore says, which is why Netflix got away with making that dog shit Resident Evil adaptation.
Yeah.
And it was dog shit.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry Lance Henderson got involved with that, or you know.
This way, I think.
God, I hate this quest so much. Nix, do you know this
Another
quest?
clue.
I do not.
Oh God, it's you'll understand why.
I heard something about needing to find a lost goat, and I immediately checked out.
Oh yeah, you don't know that. some more comments.
Hardcore says Mega Man is kind of a dead franchise. I mean, when's the last time they released a Mega Man game that sold like 5 million?
Well, the problem is the love for Mega Man is still there. The Legacy Collection sell well. The last new Mega Man game was Mega Man 11. I believe that one did kind of well. But yeah, the problem is, I don't know. I actually think Kenji Fune doing his crap with Mighty Number 9, that probably set back Mega Man a bunch of years. Because remember, like, all those games we were supposed to get in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. Like, it wasn't just...
And I forgot that game even existed.
Yeah, like, it was supposed to come up for the 3DS, by the way.
Oh.
So that kind of gives me hope for the game, because if it was a 3DS game, it could easily be converted to
Dave the Impaler says, best Resident Evil movies are the CG animated ones. Amen to that!
Yeah, exactly.
Hardcore Bunny said, but who are buying these collections? Old fans or old gamers who never tried them? New gamers don't like legacy franchises, aside from Nintendo and phone games.
Actually, Hardcore Bunny, I gotta correct you there. There actually has been a rise of younger gamers playing retro games. There's been like a lot of news reports. Like even Zoomers can't stand modern games, so they've been going back to retro.
Remember, it was a 13-year-old boy who was the first ever person to beat, what you call it?
NES Tetris.
Tetris, yeah.
Also, can we just like take for a moment and say, fuck journalists, like the way like, oh yes, that's really cool enough, now go outside.
Yeah, but that's not something you can live off of. Bitch, he's like 13!
Like, I'm sorry. That dude,
that kid doesn't need
13,
to be thinking about it.
That dude has already accomplished more than that bitch will ever do in her miserable life.
Legit, Tetris. The first person since the day it came out to beat it.
Yeah. Like, that dude will be remembered throughout history. And that bitch is already forgotten.
I don't even remember her name.
I don't think it's like as much of a hipster thing. I'll agree it's part of it.
There you are.
Oh god.
Here, goat. Here, princess. Hoofed and horned. Should have known it would be stubborn.
So yeah.
Alright, time to try the bell. Come on,
let's
go see
Dave says my name is in the credits of Mighty Number 9 from the Kickstarter.
Come on.
And I wish I could make them take it out.
So, did you cry like an anime fan on prom night?
Bear!
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
Where the hell did you go?
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Alright, what's the Hardcore Money thing?
Says, are you guys just going to repeat what everyone else has said about the Tetris kid? I get it, she's out of touch, but there's no need to repeat what everyone else has said on the subject. It's not my fault that we all have the same thought process.
But what Nix's point is, but to further Nix's point, this was a 13-year-old kid playing a game that came out before he was born. You know,
long before he was born.
Like speed running is a thing that keeps a lot of these retro games alive.
Hacking videos too.
Hacking videos.
But also, yeah, you'll have people who play the games, but they'll find hacks for the video, like
the glitches, yeah, the ROM hacks.
Yeah.
Do I really have to keep ringing this bell for
that kind of thing. Like, and a lot of it too, I think, has to do with YouTube, because a lot of YouTubers are older people playing video games from their childhood and talking about why they love them so much, and it gets the younger generation that watch them interested.
You're no roach, but I bet we could be friends in time.
Yeah,
You've got
and
that all-important quality
that
every
scene has
roach
been
has to
going
have.
on.
You don't talk much.
You know, for 15, 20 years. Like, I've been watching retro content literally for over 10 years, since like 2011 and whatnot.
Princess, flee not from the pillar for their humble
Yeah.
powers.
God, I hate that quest.
Goat of mine,
Alright,
dearest,
what's Harker, what are you
sweetest goat.
Says word for word, like 10 people I watched said the same shit. Let's be honest, that news report didn't hurt that kid. The kid is fine. He has his hobby, and that's okay. No need to act like his accomplishment will be a trivia answer in less than a year.
Happy for you, but I'm kinda in a hurry. Anna and
Okay, but
Tamara, they might be
what
in
I'm
danger.
The white
what
wolf
we're
helped the
saying
pillar.
essentially is that she
So
didn't
the
have
pillar
the
shall help
she doesn't really have the right
Blood.
to make fun of this kid's
blood.
accomplishment.
A living
He's
being.
13. It's not like he's hurting for any kind of livelihood right now because he's 13, living at home with his parents. And she's like, yes, that's great, but that's not something you can make a life out of. Okay, and
A lot of it
you know
comes,
what?
A lot of it comes from, like, as gamers, we've gotten the whole gaming is useless. God damn, that's a big
It's a
rat.
useless hobby.
That's a big ass.
You know what? So is watching sports. I'm gonna say it. As someone who does not like sports and who does not watch sports, I do not understand why people consider sports enthusiasts a better hobby.
I mean, don't you just love a bunch of dudes who get around a table and they pour over their character sheets and they role play who's gonna win throughout, like, oh wait, am I describing D&D or fantasy football?
I want to say I can't believe
Or every
but I
week,
can't.
or like every week, they cosplay their favorite football player. Like, sorry. Hardcore Bunny, yes, but it's also
Yet did not die.
our right to
It was unwarranted.
criticize her opinion.
Yeah, it was unwarranted.
It's over. Is that it?
As a journalist on a
That
news
is it.
site, she
Spirits had nothing more to
kind of
say.
should be a little bit
where
more
they went,
impartial
where
when
they
she's
are now.
reporting the
I mean,
news.
let's be fair, she's a
An
journalist.
augur I did. They're gone.
Yeah.
The child remains.
But I get what you're
But
saying.
he's acting like she talked like he was a 25-year-old guy living in his parents' basement. He's just a kid.
Yeah, and it's just kind
And
of
he's
like
a
the
kid
same
that got
shit
to
we've
do-
been hearing
She
all our
miscarried.
lives, and we're kind of sick and tired of it.
Aaron didn't mention it.
A kid that got to do
Perhaps.
something that's cool, a
Or
one in a
ashamed,
million
or
kind of thing.
Forgetful. Or perhaps.
I'll
he
never
had
That's
be
no
all I'm
right to
saying.
remember.
And Dave says nothing hipster
Can I tell
about it.
you all
Younger
this?
people
She
discover
came
and love
after
great
that.
classic games just
No,
like they
not
love
Anna.
classic music
It was
and
the omens.
movies and music because of the
So I can be
ease of
sure it's true.
availability in the
The
modern day.
omens
Like,
need not
literally,
your faith
go
to be
on to
true.
the comment
It is
section
you who needs the
of
omens to
any
lead you to
music
truth.
video from the 80s. And it is filled with
The
Zoomer
bear had
saying,
anything
I
to
was
do with
born
his
in the
wife's
wrong
miscarriage.
Literally
Foul-tempered
any.
he is, and he's a
Well,
friendless for hooch.
that
No doubt
and
makes his temper
people
even
talking
fouler.
about JoJo
Did he
Stan,
abuse his family?
character names,
And it
because
came to
Araki
you, you must
had
have
a
noticed
huge
something.
heart on
Well,
For
that
the music
and
of those eras.
comments of
The
who's
princess
here
came
in
and licked
X
her hand.
year.
So what?
Yeah.
She's a wise beast.
The big three
When it
of
comes
old
to
music
those
video comments.
Yeah.
What happened to the child?
Well, there's a
The
fourth too.
grave
There's the
throne,
people who are bitching
without
about
rite or
how people
ceremony,
found out
it
about
won't.
these bands or
How it
songs through
wanders, it seeks
a
vengeance.
a Japanese animation. How
White
dare
wolf,
you? And it's
wild
like,
Or even worse,
Catch the
it's like,
botchling.
oh,
The
you're only a
botchling
fan
will help lead
of
the
this
wolf
song
to
because
the
you heard
loved
it on
ones.
Stranger Things.
Botchlings suck the blood of pregnant women and
and it's like,
their
yeah,
feces.
You wanna
that's
know
kind
what?
of how people.
She's a
You wanna know
being
what?
cursed,
I bet
which is
Metallica
lift
is
curses.
over the moon
If the white wolf
that they're
can't
getting
lift
new
it, he
fans
should bring me its
because
blood.
their songs
Blood
were
will
played on
always
Stranger
find
Things. I'm sure
kindred
they're
blood.
overjoyed because of it.
It's funny. People are such
One which
purists
lifted a
and
botchling's
music
curse,
stuff is like,
they
how
will try to
dare you
myself
fight
there.
about this
I know I
great
need to bury
thing
it under the
from
threshold.
something that I don't
Give it a
understand and
name.
don't personally like. It's like,
Performed
yeah, that's
Ein Rhein.
but that's kind
The
of how
ritual of
people
naming.
discover new
It's
things.
an elven
Yeah.
custom.
Human, elven, dwarven...
Like, literally my favorite
spirits
band
have no race. They
is
honour not
Nirvana.
its meaning.
And
Win
the
a
lead
spirit's
singer
favour,
died when I was
and the
5 years
spirit
old.
shall aid you. Ask and it will answer. Seek and it will show
Like,
you
a lot of my
the way.
favorite movies are 80s movies that came out before I was born.
Yeah.
Why do you want its blood?
And there's a lot of people who are like
blood. It binds men for all
You know, I
ages.
mean,
the
sure,
living
there's like
and the dead.
cross-generational, like
Sure,
the
but
parents
what do you
showing
wanna
the
do with it?
kids,
At times,
like, their
a
favorite
century is too
movies or
short
video
for two
games,
brothers
and,
to
like,
reconcile.
then
One
the kid
dies
kind of
before
like
things are set
played
right.
back, like,
The other
oh, I
then
remember playing
brings his
Pac-Man
blood
with my
to the
dad,
Bella.
you know, that kind of stuff.
And what does the Peller do?
He awaits
Yeah.
Forefathers' Eve.
Or,
One
like,
of my
it's just
biggest
the
my mom
memories
dug
as
out
a-
her old
Birds and
NES
hen's
games and we
feet.
played Legend of Zelda all night.
To reconcile the dead. with
One
the
of my
living.
biggest
There shall be
memories
no
as a
Forefathers' Eve this
kid
year.
has to be
Find a way.
and every morning my grandmother would have the radio on, and it would be music from the 80s, 90s, whatever.
Pretty old
80s, 90s
custom.
today.
Thought it had died out.
Death
It
lurks in
basically,
every bog
and it was,
puddle round
you
here.
know, it's
Folk
because
know
of
they
her
could
that
die.
I ended up
Their
finding
earthly
out a lot
matters
about old
unresolved.
bands that I never would have
Then
heard.
they require help, or they'll not know peace.
Dave,
Forefathers' Eve must be
Dave, I
performed.
have not seen
Like
that
the
meme.
tallow
Can you please
candles
send it to
lead
me?
them through
I
the dark.
kind of want to
Call
see
them
it.
by name, appease their regrets. Only then may they depart in peace.
See, I think the
Whatever
problem
I do,
comes
I gotta find the
is
botchling
when you
first.
have a large
Seek
influx
it
of
at
new people into a
midnight,
fandom.
near the grave
They
that
tend
lies
to ruin
empty.
it.
If what you say is
Like
true,
if people
the
enter a
Baron ought to
fandom
know
and
where
they
that
were
grave is.
respectful, I don't think people would have an issue.
Yeah, like my fandom is attracts 13-year-old kids all the time, and I hate it. Especially when they're on Twitter, because they're like so stupid.
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Not only that,
Not
but you
only
have like
that,
a lot of the queer people.
Zelda.
doing it. Oh god, like Zelda. Oh god.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind if these kids and queer people were coming into the fandom, but the problem is that they just do it. They get into it and they make it all about themselves and their egos.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I had canned this person as trans because I'm trans, and if you don't like my headcanon and don't respect it, you're a bigot. No! Your headcanon is not the canon, so go away.
Yep. Exactly. And then Dave's got some comments for you.
Gatekeep your fandoms.
Yep.
Dave says, not to mention, Kurt musicians have always mentioned their influences because they want people to like the older music that inspired them.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like Rob Zombie with went touring or whatever with Baby Metal, and one of his fans on Facebook was going on about how they're totally not rock and roll or death metal or whatever.
Have you listened
And
to
he's
them?
like,
I mean, they're kind of like J-rock, J-metal, but still it counts.
and he like was like, no, I'm doing this show with them, and I can tell you that these are very sweet, lovely girls who kick ass.
Yeah.
And was like basically like singing their praises. And you know what? Good on Rob Zombie.
Yeah. So many people were really against them, but like rock is in such a bad state right now, where like we gotta take what we can.
Yeah.
Like as much as I don't like Greta Van Fleet, which by the way they're from Michigan, you know, they're basically Led Zeppelin ripoffs. Like, I'll take that. Because if that means that 12-year-old girls are listening to Greta Van Fleet, they're going to listen to Led Zeppelin. They're going to listen to other stuff. They're going to have an appreciation for rock and roll and metal. And as much as I don't like, you know, it's the same thing with, like,
Lightning strike.
It's the same thing with people getting mad about Taylor Swift playing guitar. Like, or little girls getting into playing guitar because of Taylor Swift. Bitch, I'm happy. I am happy that girls want to play guitar because of Taylor Swift. You know, if that means they pick it up and they bring the hobby forward, more power to them. All right, Hardcore Bunny's got some more stuff for us.
Baby Metal are a musical act created by a production company.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. Hardcore Bunny's not wrong. I think they were like a subgroup of one thing, and then they kind of split off or whatever. Yeah, Japanese idol culture is weird.
It's screwed up, mega screwed up.
Yeah, like
toxic beyond belief.
Like how they're not allowed to like have a boyfriend. Like, remember that story where it's like it was revealed that one of them had a boyfriend who shaved her head?
Cool.
Oswin! Where's Oswin? Anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading to the stable.
What?
Oswin, where's Oswin?
Fire. You blind?
Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to be any better in Korea either.
Most of them free.
Korea, I think it's worse.
Baron flies into a rage. He takes no prisoners.
Like
my brother's in the stable. We've got to save him.
Is there actually like trafficking
him and the horses?
I haven't heard anything about that, but it's possible.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's getting worse and worse. Time to leave the place.
How do I do this?
Looks like rain.
Alright.
Damn it, won't budge. Probably bolted on the inside. Need another way in.
Dave says it's even to the point that some gatekeeping rock metal fans try to claim Ghost are in a metal band and were upset one of their songs became huge with kids on TikTok.
Lots of smoke. Gotta hurry.
Yeah! It's funny because music snobs tend to be the worst kinds of people, I find, because they don't really seem to want new fans of their bands or musical genre or whatever. They're just like, no, you're not a real fan because you didn't find out about this band the way I did. Oh no!
Coming to get you.
Saving the horsies, guys. The fuck? The hell? Alright, well, that was a thing. Alright, but we know what we're doing now, so we'll have a better time. Yeah, the problem is, like, rock is in such a bad place right now. Did you know that for a while you know what the best-selling rock band was?
What?
It was, what was their name? The ones who did Radioactive.
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, like, they were the best-selling rock band for a while.
You know what? That's not terrible. I like Imagine Dragons. I don't like all those songs. I like a couple good ones.
Yeah, but, like, when it comes to, like, rock... Gee, what a well put together game. Yeah. To be fair, this game was, like, way worse at launch.
Oswin, anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading
Alright, what's Dave saying?
What?
Fire.
Dave says some fans and even some bands are resentful when anyone else becomes successful. See it all the time whenever bands break out of a scene.
Bands or comic book creators.
Oh god, please. Let's not get into that.
Damn it, won't budge. Probably bolted on the inside.
But
Need
start
another
the
way
music.
in.
It's a myth of selling out. I swear, like, selling out is like
Damn it, lots of smoke. Gotta hurry.
From like Well, I didn't make it, but at least I didn't sell out.
If they were better before they sold out. You mean before they were allowed to use their music to eat, pay their rent?
Yeah. Alright, we did it. But yeah, in terms of the comics, yeah, the old crabs in the bucket mentality, that is real. I've seen it myself, and it's wild. I think part of that is kind of like the Eric July stuff.
We've a hero in
Also,
our
the
midst.
frame rate seems to be taking a crap right now.
You've earned yourself a barrel of Lyrian.
Man, I've got to
I
pop
know your
away
wife
for a
miscarried.
moment, but I will be back.
Was that before or after you beat her to a pulp?
Look, what do you think about like the whole
Fuck are you
resentful
suggesting?
success crabs in the bucket kind of thing?
Don't play me for a fool. You've
I
been
don't know,
beating
that's a
them for
little
years.
vague.
Finally, they'd had enough and
Like
fled.
resenting people for
Sound
their
about
success.
right?
Oh, that's really stupid. You should be learning from them. None of this crabs in the bucket
They
stuff.
ran from you, didn't they?
Yeah.
I remember being taught this lesson as a little kid watching Sagwa the Chinese Siamese Cat. That was one of the episodes that really stuck with me. It seemed too cartoonishly stupid to be something that anyone would do in real life, and then I grew up and realized, wow, people really are that stupid.
Well, I beat up the Bloody Baron, so. Alright, you need to cool. Also, waterboarding.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Do we bring our own surfboards?
No, but you do get to violate the Geneva Convention.
Ooh.
See, that's one thing I find hilarious. Is like, oh, they committed war crimes. Oh wait, so you tell me that the Geneva Convention exists in the universe of Lord of the Rings?
Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna.
That's another story.
Tamara or Tamara?
She always knew how to spark my ire.
Your wife. How'd she make you angry? Too much salt in the soup? Socks never darned?
20 years we've known each other. She's seen me drunk and sober. She was there to greet me when I returned the victor. She was there to patch me up in defeat. Like
This is
no
first time,
other,
seeing The Witcher,
she
but-
knew where to press, where to pinch, so it would hurt.
You beat her? For that? For criticizing you?
This particular
Ah, Witcher,
like
you
game
haven't
side of
a clue, have
things?
you?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Perhaps
What do
I
you think of
shall
the
tell
story
you
so
about
far?
it one day. One day, but not today.
Expect me to believe you are a living father to Tamara after
even
that scene in
know
the
what to
courtyard?
say.
You're free to believe whatever you wish, but she was
There
always
definitely
the
seems to be,
apple of my eye. She had the run of the
it's
place,
it's
ask
definitely
anyone.
really.
She'd ride
It
the
seems to be
horses, hunt with
showing
the
just
men,
how limited the
at times
Netflix
join them
series
on their
was.
rounds. And they'd send for
You read,
her
Dave
when I
Cameron?
flew into a rage.
Is
But
she
only
here?
could calm me.
Make it sound like she led a charmed life. If that's the case, why'd she run?
The real definition of selling out means you're a hack who doesn't have any passion for what you're doing and don't believe in what you do. 95% of the accusations of selling out are not accurate.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's more
Say I
coach
had.
than anything else.
Say I'd said I had troubles.
You know, it's like the
Couldn't
failures of
control my
musicians.
wife, my
To
daughter.
say, oh, at least I didn't sell
What kind
out.
of flaccid
I don't know.
prick
That's
would you
my
take
opinion.
me for?
Tell me everything you remember about the day they fled. The truth this time.
I'd been soaking
But yeah,
myself
like we're
3
in a
days
really
straight.
interesting time of media.
Anna
Like,
came to me, said
It's
they
never
were
been
leaving.
easier, both to consume
I begged them
and
to
create.
stay. She refused to hear it.
And it's kind of created a
I
proliferation.
tried to stop her. She wriggled like an eel. We struggled. She fell. Last blasted thing I remember. Woke up in the morn, breeches heavy with my own piss.
As far as the
a large
comic side,
bump
we
on
have
my
like
head.
more conventions now than ever.
Sadly,
with
they
more
were gone.
people entering the space.
Know what that's like,
I
Witcher?
think by
No. How the
making,
fuck
like,
could you?
decentralizing things,
I
it
was
creates more
left
opportunities for
with
people,
nothing.
Like,
Nothing.
like
Only
you
the
have people
bottle.
who can make a living doing comics, but they never become more than a regional success.
Tamara present for all this? She see you quarrel?
Through the doorway, perhaps. She didn't enter the room.
And you see that with,
Shame,
like a
too.
lot of things.
Things might have turned out differently. The sight of her always calmed me.
See, that's kind of why I'm like really hopeful, because we have like the rise of content creation, we have the rise of things. Like, I'm not scared
Signs
of
of
the
a
future.
fight in the room. Hole in
Because
the
the
wall,
future
wine
is
all over
always
the landing.
you
Was
adapt.
that you?
Aye.
You know,
we tussled.
Instead of fighting,
She
the
tried
things,
to
we
whack
learned
me
to
on the
adapt
noggin
with
with
it.
a candlestick, but kept missing.
You know, a lot of people.
Amen.
A wall and a pillar instead.
Oh, hey, Nix.
I staggered
Hello.
backwards onto the table.
Sorry, I didn't realize you
Spilled
were
the
back.
wine, slipped and tumbled.
I just came
and
back.
I used that moment to flee.
Alright.
She rushed down the stairs, still clutching
So,
that
Nick,
damn
what do you think of the story so
candlestick.
far, The Witcher?
I caught her on the landing. We fell.
That's pretty good.
I thought I had her. Then she
Do
turned
you
and
like the Bloody
smacked me in
Baron
the
quest?
head. I blacked out.
From what I've seen of it,
Don't know
yeah.
What happened next?
Yeah.
When I
I
came
like
to,
it because
I was
he's
alone.
a very morally grave character. Like, he's a good man
What
with
happened
very
next?
real, very
Next.
hard to ignore
It only
flaws.
got worse.
Mm-hmm.
I
that
woke
should
at
be.
sunset, not knowing how many days had passed.
Yeah.
Thought it was all a ploughing, drunken nightmare.
Like, he's done some terrible
Then I
things,
went to the
but I
bedchamber,
can't help but to take
But
pity
Anna
on
was
the
not
man.
there. Instead,
Exactly.
Because
There was
he's
blood
not a
everywhere.
monster. He clearly
I
has
knew.
regret for his actions.
she'd miscarried. My breath
Yeah.
short, my throat locked. I neared the bed and saw it. It lay there. Tiny thing. Defenseless.
I love this.
On bloodied sheets. Dead. And it was my doing.
That's powerful.
Seen a lot of dead in my time, but that must have been hard.
Unspeakably so. My legs gave out. I saw fields of corpses at Sodden. Saw witches burn in Maribor.
So, Nick,
But
what do you
compared
think
to this,
was
All
the
that was a
problem they had
rabbit's
with the Witcher on
prick
Netflix?
alongside a
Like, what do you
great
think
oak.
they
And the guilt
misunderstood?
is all mine.
We don't know that yet. The amulet and a
I
war
feel
could
like
be
the
linked
biggest
somehow.
problem is that
Maybe the
very
fact that she
few
lost
people
it.
actually cared about it.
What did you do with the
No,
child?
I mean the story with the short stuff, like their
Wrapped
approach
it in
to
a
making
clean
it.
sheet and buried it.
Oh,
Just like
I
that.
think they should have
Damn
gotten a
you.
bunch of fans
I
to do
gave
it.
no thought to
People
the
who
funeral.
actually like
It was a horror.
watched,
I wanted
played
it
the
to
games,
end. That child had been
maybe
my
watched
dream.
the show,
I
the old
told Anna,
show,
the
read the
little
book.
one, our little one, to make things right.
Yeah.
Yet she died before she could
I
be
think if
born.
the whole cast was casting crew was like Henry Cavill, it would have turned out
child
way
was dead.
better.
Agreed.
I sympathize. I do.
Thank you. And know that I hope you find your Ciri.
Deal we made means I need to find Tamara and Anna first. Just so happens your unborn daughter might help us do that.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
Alright, so, once we're done with this dialogue tree, we're gonna go to YouTube.
A cursed creature that draws
I want to
strength
show you
from
some
killing
real
pregnant
Witcher
women.
live action.
Once it's strong enough, it attacks those who scorned it.
But how? How does it know?
Yeah, because I want to go
Blood
for
ties.
till,
They're a strong
until
bond.
about,
a bond I want to use to find your family.
for about 3
How?
hours or so. So
One
got-
of two
got some
ways.
time.
Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual, and turn it into a lubberkin.
What's Dave
That's
saying?
a sort of, hob, a guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
And the other way?
He says
We kill it.
A little
and draw some blood.
gatekeeping is good though. You should gatekeep people who don't actually like your scene or hobby and want to change it into something else. Amen!
Yeah.
Lift the curse that
the
it
problem
may
is
finally rest in
fandoms
peace.
are too large for successful gatekeeping.
These days.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her, and I'll dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it. Handy either way.
I do love like all the Polish influences about things, you know.
Need to tend to something first.
Yeah.
And me,
yeah, I won't be killing
what am
you.
I to do
I won't
in the
be
meantime?
performing a second abortion.
Sober up.
God, I hate it. Like,
What?
God, I can't believe I just said that.
This isn't DMC Devil May Cry.
Ugh!
This isn't.
Do not speak its name!
This isn't Earthbound. Oh God, I just pissed off so many people.
What do you say?
Yes, Gygus is an abortion. Fucking deal with it. Oh my God, I just pissed off so many people right now. Nix, are you familiar with Earthbound?
Yes.
Are you familiar with Gygus?
I am.
And the final battle, what is your take?
It's my kind of sick.
Do you agree with me that it's certainly something?
It's definitely something.
Yep. So right now I'm just getting everything ready. Right. There's a Witcher Netflix trailer. Alright, so you remember how in the first episode they had the Butcher of Blaviken?
I didn't watch the series.
Oh, okay. But yeah, check this out.
Yes.
But look at that dude. He just looks so on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Butcher of Blaviken scene.
Składa czarownikowi pewną propozycję.
Alright, what's Dave saying?
Hardcore Bunny says, try not to kill the aborted baby spirit. The botchling does not deserve to be brutally murdered. No, Gygus isn't an abortion. Dave says, Polish influencing. Blitzkrieg out of nowhere.
No one expects the Polish Inquisition.
Hardcore Bunny says, in the Mother series, it is clear that Gygus is an alien who is a mental imprint of Neth and Ninten. Dave says, it's pretty obvious when your party is suddenly equipped with sharp scissors and vacuum tube.
Oh God.
Haha.
But seriously, doesn't this, like... I do think the Netflix, version is probably better produced, but this still looks good. This has got a Hercules Legendary Journey of spots, but I like it. Oh, I love it.
I'd completely forgotten about that.
But like, but like, look at this. This is a fallopian tube. Come on, guys. That's an egg. Next, see?
Terrifying.
But like, I mean, this is very H.R. Geiger still. Does this
very? Son of a bitch!
I love how with this final battle, you just gotta
Pray away the pain.
Also, like, I love the binarial beats of this. It's just like so. Oh my god. You cannot grab the true form of Gygas attack. This just What are some other like nightmare-inducing stuff? Hardcore Bunny, get any comment?
Gygas is trying to take over Ness's body because Ness is Gygas reincarnated. But he can't because Ness has purified himself and is fighting back against the possession.
So Nyx, you remember how we talked about Witcher 1 dialogue?
I wish to remain faithful to the Brokilon tradition. We only take in men to procreate and just the strong and agile. We want the girls born of their seed to inherit their father's fortitude.
I've been accused of many things, but lack of physical prowess is not among them.
You have proved yourself a skilled hunter. Yet one obstacle remains. Witchers are sterile. We Dryads don't acknowledge intimacy without procreation.
Intimacy without procreation can be good.
How?
Sex relieves stress, improving body and mind.
I love this.
We Dryads must be vigilant and agile to defend our home, and my body demands love.
Would you like to be with me?
Yes.
Come.
Nyx, your reaction.
I hated that whole thing.
You hated the whole thing.
This is our chance to change history. How could I run away from that?
Jeruviel,
What is it? Why do you gaze at me so?
I was just thinking.
You think Unbelievable. You think I would... In these circumstances? The fate of the world is in the balance, and you're thinking about sex?
Oh, what the hell?
Strip.
Among Us.
Nyx.
What?
Also, I love how Chad is still talking about Mother. Like, I just...
Everything that's going
wish to
on, and
remain
you're thinking
faithful.
about Among Us.
Always.
Always gotta think about it. Oh, God. So, fun fact about The Witcher 1. It's actually
Greetings, handsome.
It's actually made using a heavily modified version of the Witcher 1 engine. The Netflix Neverwinter Nights engine.
Heard that.
Yeah.
Traveller?
First kind words I've heard around here.
I like travellers. One showered me with flowers. Last I got tulips, my beloved called me the most beautiful. You find me fetching.
What do you say we find a nook somewhere?
Alright, let's get that off the screen. Nyx,
That couldn't have been more awkward if it tried.
yeah. Nyx, can you catch up with the comments with us for a second, please?
Gladly. Dave says it is using that imagery, but you could also argue it's the imagery of souls and rebirth. Hardcore says, yes, the Mother series makes it clear all the main characters are reincarnation, and in Mother 1 we learn Gygas is dead but kept alive on life support and has only half reincarnate. Mother's 2, the cringe abortion theory, has gotten too much attention, and it distracts from the actual story and messaging.
Alright, so we're still gonna do continue with Witcher 3 next week, but for the rest of the stream, I want to play something else. One second. Yep, we are going to play some Diablo for the rest of the stream, just cause I want to. Alright, what's the chat saying?
Dave says, it is funny, but most people don't take that very seriously. Or at least not literally. The Angry Video Gamer popularized it in recent years.
Yeah, the Angry Video Game Nerd has done a lot for
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
No thank you, Sean Connery.
Yeah, we're just gonna mess around with this one a little bit, and then, yeah. Just because I feel like playing a different game. We will be continuing with Witcher 3 next week. It's just kind of what kind of happens. Oh, the butcher. We got the butcher.
Please, listen to me.
We got the mission quest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have this.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think it's called AvQuest or something.
What about AvQuest?
The font here.
Hardcore Funny says last theory existed for years before Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed it in hell and videos before AVGN started talking about it. I think AVGN did too much flack for ruining public opinion on games in this past.
Well, it definitely ruined perception of Castlevania 2.
And he is entitled to his opinion on Castlevania 2, which does have problems.
Yeah, the thing about Michael Burns and game gamers is they'll sit up and down, they have no effect on game prices, but they do. But there's so many games that, like, nobody ever paid attention to. Eventually they did,
Dave says it's strangely in re-release the first Diablo game alongside Diablo 2 on remaster on consoles. The first Diablo even had a PS1 port back in the day. Fun fact about the Diablo series, it's my mom's favorite series of games. She is not much of a gamer. Out of the wall. But she loves Diablo. I don't know why, and she's never really said why.
Yeah, the Diablo it's the only one with like actual
Dave says, I don't blame the AVGN. A lot of casual gamers take this stuff seriously. Yeah. Yep. Diablo 1 is kind of a down on by modern footage being too primitive, but it has the best atmosphere and can ruin the world with some religious and pretty fun.
I do think Diablo is kind of the Imperial Diablo 1 kind of has like this simplicity to it that like is a randomized, you know, I don't know, I like it.
about EVGN. I like his stuff. His humor can be a little too crude and vulgar for me at times, which is funny, considering my kind of humor. But I will never forget him for his review of Majora's Mask.
Really?
Because way too many people take it way too seriously and parrot what he says about the game's mechanics back as if they're legitimate criticisms.
Alright.
And Dave says volume is still, I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of you. Dave, I lowered the volume. Let me know if that's better. If not, I can lower it. Sorry about that.
I can also just talk louder.
Yeah, that's also an option. You're very good at talking very loudly, my friend. You certainly get people's attention. Oh, we're about to have some Mortal Kombat going on. Nick's read Harker Bunny's Dave, then Harker Bunny's comment.
He doesn't. He does not have any good points. No.
Alright, Hardcore Bunny, what good points do you think the AVGN raises?
I'm not gonna pretend like the North Mask is perfect. Like, it's very much a product of its time and bogged down by the very limited hardware of its era. Also, Dave says he can hear me, he still can't hear you.
Okay, let me look in the settings for a second. Did I Alright, let me just see. This is why I should not have the display capture on. You get this stuff. Yeah, let me just up my mic then, if that's an issue. Sound output. Alright, lowering that. Okay, let's, okay. What's Harker Bunny saying?
Says the saving system is kind of strange, and yes, the roguelike element is
I sense a soul
doing a little
search of answers.
Here's the thing about the saving system. It's supposed to be working against you. That's kind of the whole point of Majora's Mask. The whole world is kind of working against you. Because of, well, Majora. I mean, the well section in Icona is kind of time wasting. Yes, I mean, you did manage to get the Mirror Shield the same 3-day cycle of learning the song that got you the power. No, it wasn't.
Alright, read his comment.
Whoa,
what can I do for you?
Dave says Nick's probably doesn't want to hear this, but the 3DS remake of Majora's Mask was better than the N64 version. The change of form bad, and it had a lot of improvements. No, it did not. No. The 3DS remake was made by people who didn't care for and did not understand the appeal of the original. They screwed with the Zora swimming mechanics. They gave the bosses weak points, which Zelda, up until that point, yeah, every other boss had weak points. But Majora's Mask didn't give their boss weak points. They made you strategize. And it was kind of unique at the time.
Also, can we give a shout out to how good the music is in this game?
It's very good. Hardcore Bunny says, well, you can see how you may not realize the sometimes save your game. That's why you... You realize that from, like... They tell you straight up when you play the Song of Time that it'll save your game. At least they did in my version? I'm pretty sure. Look, all I'm gonna say about Majora's Mask is it's the only game that very young Nyx was able to beat growing up, and if baby Nyx can do it, anyone can.
Well, see, the problem is baby Nyx is smart, so I don't know about no other people.
Oh, baby Nyx was the dumbest motherfucker on the planet.
You said it, not me. Well, here's my take on, like, is Majora's Mask good or bad? They made it in a year with, like, mostly recycled assets. We are lucky the game is as good as it is.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. You know, legit criticisms. You have legit criticisms, but they made it in a year. And it was literally made by the cow.
The whole reason it was made was because the team behind Ocarina of Time didn't want to just go ahead and remake Ocarina of Time, but with mixed up dungeons and stuff.
Well, to be
So
fair,
they kind
Zelda
of...
was made.
They saved us from the DD.
Well, yeah, Zelda was made for the disc drive, and that was just a failure. Surprised they even released it, to be honest.
It would have been really nice to have had Ura Zelda as the Master Quest.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with that, but I don't know. I mean, there's kind of fan hacks that like recreate it, but you know what you got.
3D towns.
Ooh. And then Dave's got a comment for you.
It says the Zora swimming was improved. It makes you earn infinite fast swimming by doing the left side plus it's more satisfying with LP in the original. Of course, that's not really 3D people can help a ton with Zora swimming. Yeah. The 3D boss were more challenging and satisfying than the original, and it even gave one of the bosses a real fight instead of a joke fight from the N64 original. What joke fight? I've played that game more than 100 times in my life, and I can say that I've never considered any of the fights in it to be a joke.
Really?
The Majora's Mask fight at the very end of the game can be a joke if you go in fully prepared.
Or just wearing the Fierce Deity mask.
Yeah, like the Fierce Deity's mask with like the Lon milk drink.
Hello, my
that
friend.
makes it a goddamn cakewalk. But it's supposed to be a cakewalk at that point. You've earned that easy win. You went and did all the side quests, you got all the masks. You earned the Fierce Deity's mask through hard work and determination. Hardcore Boy says, I think Majora's Mask 3DS remake had to deal with a limited control scheme, kind of like how the DS affected the Zelda games for that platform. Yeah. Honestly, and you know what? I'm not even gonna say that I mind the stupid arrows in the water temple scene thing that they did with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. That's stupid.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
It you know, kind of takes away from the challenge of that game, but you know what? If the babies of this era need that to complete the game, fine. I didn't need that when I was a kid growing up. I had to use a walkthrough once or twice. Yeah, sure, okay. But keep in mind, I was very young when I first started playing those games, so yeah, I was gonna need a walkthrough.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with retro games is a lot of them were designed to be like, it's a one game you play for like months, and it's the only game. By the way, Hardcore Bunny, do you notice the name of my character?
Dave says when you use the giant mask, you can just pound the giant worm boss like nothing. 3DS normal boss battle. Kind of yes and no. I never felt like it was just like a joke of a fight. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the giant mask uses magic. I could be remembering that wrong.
Hardcore Bunny's accusing me of plagiarism. Well, I wanted to name my character after like the most badass person I know, so I chose you. Flattery gets everywhere.
I am never going to apologize for being a Majora's Mask purist. Am I saying it's a perfect game? No. But for what we got on the Nintendo 64, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty much my stance. I tend to grade Majora's Mask on a curve.
Like, the 3DS remake could have been a lot better if they didn't add all that stupid, nonsensical bullshit that they did. Tighten up the controls and give it better graphics, and Majora's Mask could be damn near perfect. The whole point, and this is something anyone who's ever played Majora's Mask and is a fan like me will point to and say, it's a game about time management. You have to plan your 3-day cycle just right to get the most amount done.
And then Hardcore Bunny's gonna talk about controls. Oh my god, Link's Awakening is like my... Well, okay, so Link's Awakening was my first Zelda. And I love that game so much. I think the remake was pretty good.
It's very cute.
Yeah. Have you played the Oracle games?
Very briefly when I was very young.
Yeah, I played Oracle Stevens. That game is
I will say, I find it very funny on Twitter. Someone was doing a post about all the different Zeldas, and they added Maron from Link's Awakening, calling her Zelda, and I'm like, that is not Zelda.
Well, the thing is, Maron is basically just another in a long line of Princess Peach bones. Legend of Zelda has a habit of like having Mario and you know and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like in Ocarina of Time, Malon is Peach, and then her father and uncle are Mario and Luigi, very obviously.
Dave says Majora's Mask is one of the greatest Zelda games by far in the 3DS remake. No. I'm sorry, but the 3DS remake, especially with its goofy-ass graphics, can't compare to anything that the original did.
So what did it do wrong? Please tell me.
Doesn't look nearly as
Graphics
creepy in
for
the
one.
creepy places.
The graphics for the original Majora's Mask has something. I think it has to do with how limited they were, but it adds to the creep factor for me. The eerie, something's off feeling. The remake's graphics are a little too cartoonish, and they look creepy. Dave says, now I think the playstyle of Link's Awakening remake actually detracted from the atmosphere of the original. If anything, a watercolor look would have been much better. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the whole like the graphics look great, but like yeah, they do kind of lose a bit of the art style.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
But I would definitely, now that they have that engine, I would like to see, well, I could buy a fancy cape. I think I want to buy leather armor. Yeah, that was good. So what else is wrong with the Majora's Mask remake? Because I keep hearing people like say it's bad, but I mean I don't really have much of a frame of reference, but to me it's
Echo Scrub can't hop across water nearly as well.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Alright, what's they saying?
I didn't notice much difference from 3DS Remake's art style and N64, the original. Alright, I'll point to the goddamn moon, you know, the big face of the game, outside of Majora's Mask itself.
Oh, that. How did I forget about how
They gave him, and this is probably going to get me so much hate, they gave him a Junos.
Oh god, you did not just go there.
Like, I don't know how else to explain it. But, like... honestly, I think the graphics would have looked better if they tried to stay a little more faithful to how the game originally was, but give it more details. But they kind of round out the edges a little too much, and it makes everything look a little off.
Alright. What's Hardcore Bunny saying?
So the Hardcore Bunny says, I got the Zelda collection for GameCube, so I'm not too worried about not having a copy of the original thing. So do I, actually. That's how I originally started playing it.
Yeah, I used to own that. I think though isn't the Majora's Mask version of that actually kind of like prone to crashing?
I've never had a crash on me, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, well, lucky you.
Yeah. Dave says that that's less creepy than the original. Well, it looks goofy as hell to me. I don't know, I feel like they brightened up a little too much of the everything. They brightened up the game a little too much.
Yeah, that might be just because like it's on easy.
Yeah. But I don't know, the original had kind of this darker atmosphere that I grew to love, and then seeing it on the 3DS, and I was really actually kind of excited for a remake, and then I saw the art style, and I kind of, like, got a little more concerned.
I think the main complaint some people have is that Nintendo tightened up the gameplay so it's more in line with other Zelda games, and some fans of the original have a problem with that.
What do you think? What's your response to that, next?
As someone who has played the other Zelda games, it kind of is that. Because Majora's Mask stood on its own in some ways as a Zelda game. And now it's just every other Zelda game. think the best way that I've ever heard Majora's Mask described by anyone ever is that it was like the black sheep of the family, like the evil stepchild in the corner of the room.
I mean, Majora's Mask has always been the hit. Same thing with Final Fantasy. Find a gold enemy.
Oh.
Yeah, those are like the unique. They give really good stuff.
I don't know. I think I'm just more of a Majora's Mask purist because I have this very deep connection to it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The game is my depression game. It's the game where literally anything and everything about it just makes me feel better.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, like, why you get this?
And it's funny, too, because so many people consider it just a dark, depressing game, but they don't really get it. It's dark and depressing, sure, but its underlying message is ultimately about hope and human connection. It's literally one of the biggest ways to that you need to beat the game isn't just like the typical Zelda sword fighting way, but it's Link bringing people together, carrying out their final wishes, and just generally helping people.
Yeah, I could definitely see why you like it.
And there's this message about even facing the end of the world. All these people, they're like, yeah, we're gonna die, but at least we'll be able to die together. Anju and Cafe's side quest is one of the most recognizable side quests in any video game ever. And it's a message at the end where she said, where they married each other, and Anju says that they're going to reach mourning together. Even though, let's be honest, we know that if Link fails, by that point he definitely will fail because there's like not even 10 minutes left before the world ends. They've decided, instead of fleeing to safety, that they're going to die in each other's arms.
What's that one quest
And that's
where
powerful.
What's that one quest where it ends where it's implied that the girl's gonna get poisoned?
I don't
Where
know.
he's like, see you tomorrow, and it's like implied he's gonna get like poisoned milk.
It's not really poison, it's more... So it's Romani and her older sister Cremia. Cremia realizes that the world is most likely ending. And Cremia is being so young, is very naive to it. And Cremia decides that she wants to make her sister's final moments alive the best moment of her life. Okay. So she wants her to sleep in her bed with her so that she's close with her sister when they die. And she's decided that the whole thing around Romani's drink milk is that you have to be an adult to drink it. And when Link defends Cremia from the bandits, she's like, you're adult enough and you can have this bar mask so you can go drink the the Romani milk at the bar. And she gives them to her little sister Romani, because she says, "Oh, but you've always said that I was too young, that I'm not an adult." And Mia says, "Well, now I think you're ready." She's giving her sister exactly what she wants, only moments before the world ends and they both die. Because she just wants her younger sister's last moments to be happy. And that's powerful stuff.
It is.
You have a character who, at the ranch, who decides that he is very depressed, but you can ease his depression because he knows he's going to die too. And his depression is that he'll never get to see his chickens or cuckoos grow into adults, and Link can use the Bremen mask to turn the chicks into adult cuckoos, and that counts as helping the guy. So he'll give you the bunny hood, and you fulfilled his last request. All he wanted to do before he died was see his babies become adults.
Nix, have you ever seen the movie Seeking a Partner for the End of the World?
No.
I recommend it. It's kind of like a dramedy with Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. Basically, it's like the world is going to end in 3 weeks, and these people find each other. It's really sad.
What ails you, my friend?
Yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Here's another really cool thing about Majora's Mask.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
This is something a lot of people tend to kind of overlook on some part. Link isn't just transforming into, like, random creatures. He's specifically inhabiting the souls of dead people.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
And it's kind of screwed up. Like, the Deku scrub that he becomes in the beginning of the game and he has to heal from is very heavily implied, if not outright stated by the end credits, to be the Deku Butler's lost son.
Alright, we got some
Meaning
comments
he's...
on.
Hardcore
Whoa, what can I do for you?
She isn't going to get poisoned. She is going to be given an alcohol drink so she can sleep through it. Dave says such a great moment. It was worth not to release today since groceries would be creating the scenes promoting grooming. LOL. And Hardcore says modern audiences are too focused on the doomsday scenarios. And Dave says, well, it seems it might be the most mature game Nintendo's ever released. Yeah, probably. The Zora that Link turns into when he gets the Zora mask, Mikau, like, he was fighting not just to save the children of his dear friend. It's very heavily implied, if not outright stated, that they're his children too. He died trying to save his children from pirates.
Isn't the Gorod one pretty sad too?
Oh yeah, he's the hero of his people, and in trying to save them from freezing to death and starving to death, you know, whichever comes first, he ended up dying, and he tries to beg Link to bring him back to life, if Link can, before realizing that no, he can't just undo this. So he asks Link to save his people for him. And you know what's even sadder?
What?
The fact that when Link leaves at the end, the Goron people are going to lose their hero, and Lulu, the Zora, is going to lose the man who is the father of her children. They're just going to up and mysteriously disappear.
Alright, Hardcore Bunny's saying something I think you might agree with.
Says Majora's Mask is about acceptance. The whole adventure is Link coming to terms that Navi is dead because in Peter Pan, which is a narrative parallel to Link, Tinkerbell dies in the epilogue. Possibly?
It's a valid interpretation. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, it's very valid. I'm honestly not sure what to think of the whole chasing Navi thing because it never gets followed up on. They kind of just leave that hanging. It says, so Link is bringing acceptance to the people while Skull Kid and Majora's Mask are about sacrifice, namely pagan type of human sacrifice to their dark power. Skull Kid's specific story is about, I think in some regards, trauma and loss. Like, he lost his friend in his mind. They rejected him. And he was really hurt and felt abandoned. So he began to fill his time by essentially being a little fucking fudging jerk,
Yeah.
we'll say. And it's only at the end when he realizes no, his friends didn't leave him or hate him even after he did all these horrible things that he decides to try and do better. Jokin at the end of it was just a puppet. He was just a kid who got caught up in something far beyond himself because Majora called out to the grief and loneliness in him and manipulated him into doing his bidding.
Played him like a fiddle.
Exactly. Dave says the game is about inevitability, acceptance, and moving on, but still never giving up. Exactly.
The game is about never giving you up.
I think Icona Valley with Pamela and her father is another great one. It's kind of on the shorter side-ish, but it's a really sweet side quest.
Alright, so this is a Butcher. So we're at the end of the stream. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm saving my game. I'm going to try and face a Butcher. I'm probably gonna die.
Good luck with that.
But I figured I'd go out the bang.
Fresh meat.
Are you sure you ain't getting butchered?
We shall see. Trying. Fresh meat, yeah. Holy crap, we did it!
The spirits of the dead are
Whoa!
now avenged.
Butcher got butchered.
Oh my god. I was not expecting that. I was expecting just to die and just like, oh my god.
Hardcore combat.
Wait, why don't I get any items from it? Alright, I am saving the game and alright, let's wrap things up. So Luck, any final words, sir?
I don't know. Where do I even start?
Yes, start somewhere, sir.
Speak, man.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
It does seem to fit snugly in my hands.
Alright, then Dave the Impaler says, Majora's Mask is like the follow-up to Link's Awakening. Explores many similar things, but Link's Awakening is even more melancholy in some ways. Oh my god, yes. We'll have this discussion at some point, and I should probably do a playthrough of Link's Awakening at some point. And then Hardcore Bunny says, Dave the Impaler, you can make a whole parallel to Nyx. Say your final words. I'm gonna go bio real quick, but say your final stuff about Majora's Mask and whatnot. I'll be right back.
The bottom line is that Majora's Mask is a way deeper, more thoughtful game than most people give it credit for. It has its dark themes, but it also has its levity. And that's something Nintendo is really great about, especially with Legend of Zelda. No game is ever truly the darkest Zelda because they all equally have their brighter and darker moments. It's just that some of them you have to dig a little deeper to see either or. Honestly, I think Majora's Mask is probably my favorite Zelda because it stood out so far from the other titles. And it's why I keep coming back to it. And it's such a big part of my childhood. Some of my happiest memories come from playing it. I think it's probably the only game I've ever 100%ed. And yeah,
So
OG
speaking of
Majora's
Majora's Mask, this
No,
Tuesday,
no.
we will be playing.
No.
Sorry, were you not done yet?
Oh, no.
Okay,
You're
go
not
ahead.
playing it. No.
Oh.
I refuse.
Okay, so we're playing N64 games. One of them will be Majora's Mask, and yes, I'll be playing some N64.
Oh.
So, thank you everyone for joining. This is actually a really great stream. A lot of you guys showed up, and I do appreciate it. So, on Tuesday, I actually got to be going to bed here shortly. I got a second part of the convention to do tomorrow. But yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Lug. Fuck you, Jared. And it's been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones to walk through it. Thanks for joining, everybody.